Hello, everybody. Welcome to another fun night at Argemontus with the Friday crew. As we last left them, they were landing at Ancient Chasm Bridge, one of the largest cities in Athenos. And boy, did they have a fun ride getting here. On their way here, they encountered a dragon flying that was injured and under attack. And the party spent some time healing it up before it flew on its way, thanking them. The Charlie began her making friends aboard the ship with Hawk and everyone, as they were slightly perturbed when they found out that someone was with the single room. You guys had a birthday party for Hawk as well.
It was off the hook.
It was fun. I think Zora made a friend with the guy who was drinking with.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's basically it. Am I forgetting anything, guys? Am I forgetting anything, guys?
I found out that the only man I trusted is a fucking traitor.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to know the crew pretty well.
Yeah, we had a lot of learning going on and skill building on this ship.
Yes, you guys are starting your apprenticeships to being gunners and more capable smiths and bakers and cookers, and one was under house arrest, kinda. But we're back, and as the ship docks over Ancient Chasm Bridge, it is a large city with a expansive site, as this once bridge is now being covered with these remaining pillars and these mushroom-like structures on top of actual settlements, kind of like growing out the sides and pillowing up top, making this whole almost plateau of buildings. You can actually see, as you're landing, pillars kind of like buildings on top of buildings in a sense, kind of like adding structure and shape. And you see people like rappelling down some to like various buildings. And one of the most interesting things you notice is that each pillar has like this gondola system of like subway cars that goes from one to the other.
I thought I was done with heights.
This gondola system
no, they are great.
of like rails hanging in, it just kind of just goes from one end to the other of each pillar, making stops along the way. Occasionally,
I point up at the thing and say it's attached to something at least.
Yeah.
Does it look like is this some like good craftsmanship, or is this some shoddy ass like carnival rides gondolas?
Do you really think I would ride on this thing if it was craftsmanship, as I like to put it?
From coming in from the ship, you don't get a clear look of the actual make. However, you do notice there's like when I say it's
I'm
almost
looking
like
for somebody to falling, like just scanning the skies.
Those who are familiar with like subway cars, it's like 3-4 cars in some of these like gondolas, like almost subway car length, like almost just actually going.
Damn.
Yeah, so they're holding some weight.
Okay.
And you guys notice that there's a total of 9 pillars with structures and buildings on top, and one that seems just to have like this park landscape with actual like a small lake and a waterfall off the side that has no gondolas to it. And that is when you guys dock aboard. Here, the mooring being wrapped around the side of the ship, as you guys are still kind of held aloft with your actual balloon. You see as large claws come and kind of grasps the ship, holding it in place. You hear the captain go, "All right, guys, we got 1 week of shore leave. Make sure we come back in time. Otherwise, we will leave without you." And he kind of looks you all over, and I assume you're just gonna complete that delivery request?
Yes, yes. Like, first thing, second or third, at worst.
Okay. Well, make sure it
I'm
gets.
just happy to get off the ship.
Yeah.
And yep.
He says, just make sure you take it to the Inway Deep Inn.
Inway Deep End. Do we have a contact?
Yes, you do. Ask for Dewbeard.
Dewbeard, all right.
And as you guys depart from the ship, you guys are walking across ancient chasm bridge. You notice several more dwarves and gnomes just lounging about, kind of working around like almost like a dockyard, carrying packages and crates getting unloaded. You notice several other ships aboard, with all their own unique flags and markings. And you notice a very unique set of guards guarding one of the ramps to one of the ships. They look like large creatures with thick, dark skin, with very flat tusks, very small flap ears, and they're wearing this ornate dress military uniform of blues and reds. And they hold what looks like to be a strange contraption of a metal with triggers. They look like, for the sake of my players' eyes and audience's eyes, they look like hippo men.
I'm fucking into this.
How big are they?
They're probably around 6 feet, 6'2", averaging. There's a little bit of, but they are quite hippo size though as well.
Big ass hippo men's.
Yes.
All right.
So living here, would I have seen them? Are they like just another kind of in the melting pot, or can I tell that they are exclusive like travelers to this
Those
ship?
are some exotic travelers you have not seen before.
Okay.
And are they? You said that they're like kind of dressed in uniform. Is it like a city representative uniform, or like the
It is
the boat they came off of, basically?
It has same markings as the boat they came off of basically red pants with like blue stripes with a white seam down the center, and then a
So they're like travelers, not local. Is that
basically? You guys have never seen it before. They are not local.
Okay.
The dress
Okay.
is very unusual.
Are they armored at all, or is it just clothing?
It looks like to be just clothing. Though you do notice like they have a bladed weapon of either a longsword at their side, and they are holding a musket.
I'm also, as a point of interest, like taking note or looking for any. There is a. Okay, so there is a like governing system here. So any kind of insignia or whatever, I need to update my FBI badge. I'm looking just for colors and basic insignia, but I would imagine I got distracted with the hippo men.
Okay. Give me. You try and look for the local authorities, like the local.
Yeah.
Give me a.
Make sure you point them out to me too.
Yeah.
Well,
What it is you want?
Well, Zora, you actually would know what they.
Would I know where to go? Okay.
Yeah. You know that the Horn is basically like the docking district. It's like the shipping district of Ancient Chasm Bridge. This is where all the airships kind of dock that visit here. You notice that you actually have to go through what's called the Anvil, which is like the admin. That's where a lot of the bureaucrats and regulations and embassies are. There are a large amount of embassies. This is one of the few places on this continent that embassies from almost all the different nations are here. This is kind of like Sweden. This is neutral territory type deal. No one really wants to start a war here. You do know that the guards here don't typically have like the same uniform. They have the same style. And they have something that's similar to almost a bracelet system that kind of like has their badge number across it. That's their badge number and their name and their rank.
Okay.
So they don't really typically have like an actual. They don't wear they wear like the same style. They wear like very dark tan like workman outfits like
a loose dress code.
Yeah. Their dress code is more for efficiency of working and stopping, and versus actual.
Okay. Well, then I would imagine I'm paying special attention to like the bracelets of anybody I can get my eyes on, and kind of keeping an eye on that for forgery stuff later.
Okay.
You said that like a lot of the people have like firearm type weapons, right?
Just the hippo men.
Okay. Is there a lot like, because that's kind of like artificer inventions, right? So like, is there a lot of that kind of presence around here? Like that's, I guess, what I'm looking out for most.
Oh yeah, this is definitely setting off a lot of your warning signals. You see, as you're actually paying attention, looking around, you actually see a robotic creature, a steampunk worker. And you can tell that like just like just mechanical gears making it move, and you see like a steam exhaust going off the back as it's like lifting up something really heavy and moving it somewhere else. And you see a little tiny gnome like this has a little like you watch has a little like umbilical cord to it. It has a little like joysticks, and it's kind of like it right now. This is.
Hey, maybe let's keep your sword sign and check this the time, and just between us, just between us.
I have that ring that I wear like on a necklace, and I'm just kind of like tucking it away.
This, as you're looking around, this place has tons of tinkering to it. And
pretty fascinating.
Don't worry about it. It's a big city. It's everybody's kind of here, so you'll see a little bit of it all. Just don't let anything freak you out. You're gonna see some weird stuff. And this is only the entrance. We still got to get on. And I laugh at Banks. We got to get on one of those things.
What? Like right now?
Well, I mean, if you guys want to get in and get to the good stuff, we got to go to the market.
Christ almighty. Let's remind me to learn Feather Fall or some shit.
Nonsense. What's the joy in not living dangerously?
Living is the
I've had a good 130 years.
Well, bully for you.
So Zora, as the tour guide, where would you like to take them first?
Well, I figured.
Hey, discussed our main two objectives. Yeah. We got like the three. So like Kayla, we want to look for. We want to look for souls, people. We want to make a forgery cube, and then we want to go to the delivery spot.
Wait, you want to make a?
Yep.
Wait.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! I guess it's better than
Gloss
coming out
over
of
that.
nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gloss over it.
Look, okay, so we want to make just something that's basically similar in dimensions
Okay.
and like carve the kind of pictures
Oh, no.
into the sides of it.
I want to
Not
craft
anything
a dummy
functional.
replica. Yeah,
Okay.
I want to
But
craft
we
a
want
dummy
something
replica.
that would pass from like 6 feet away, not like something that would pass on
Okay.
a close inspection.
Could I have an anticipation of this? Because with Tasha's, I can switch out cantrips 1 per day.
Yes.
In anticipation for this, can I switch out one of my? It's kind of hard to do on Foundry, but can I switch it out for? I'm gonna switch. Let's see. I'll switch Toll the Dead out for Minor Illusion.
Yeah, I can do that for you.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
I think that would take.
I'm just gonna leave. Oop, you have minor illusion now, and
Yes.
I don't
There
remember
we
what I even have.
we're just gonna pretend Toll the Dead's not there,
Okay. Cool.
just for the time being.
So those are the things we want to do.
Okay, so
Zora
Zora,
lead the way.
as the tour guide, as you do know Ancient Chasm Bridge, where roughly do you want to take him first? Because you do kind of have a.
Yeah. So let's me bring my notes up here. Okay, so well, I figured we can either go you guys, we can go check into the inn, or if you guys want to like stay at my place, it's kind of cramped, but we could do it. Fun.
Sleepover.
So we could get checked in to where we're going first, or we could head straight out and start working. There's kind of like different spots depending on what we want to do first.
I do not mind. It has been some time since I've been here.
Yeah, it's good to be back and all. Does the air kind of stink? Because it's like that city stink.
Yeah,
you know?
it's that- it's
like
that-
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I'm like, yeah.
You smell it, and you got a good like face full of like steam vent like exhaust.
Yeah. I'm just like trying to like wipe the air into my hair. Like, yes.
That's
Way too
nasty.
fresh up there. Yeah, so I figured that first I would at least start by just kind of getting us towards the gondola
Okay.
to get out of the get off the horn and
Yeah.
try and start moving towards the tongs.
Yeah, as you guys were.
Because I figure that's where kind of everything is. I'm not sure where all the inns and where.
I didn't give you the exact coordinates and streets, but you know where
Yeah.
they are.
Yeah.
I would say as you guys time discussing your plans, you guys are getting on the gondola, and heading out. And as
Don't
you-
look down.
And it's like this lurching, like first, like as you get to on, it kind of shakes a little bit, like you were on the airship. It has this little sway to it, and then you guys all wait a little bit, and then you see like a conductor like look at some type of sundial, and then it kind of pulls out something. You suddenly feel like your stomach kind of give way as you suddenly start moving forward, as you suddenly like release from the docking clamps and start sliding down the gondola to the end.
Funny, my clamps just engaged on my. Yeah, like there's a reason you don't see a whole lot of bipedal hooved creatures. You know, they're great for speed, but stability and all this moving terrain is kind of so high up. Why do they have to build it so high up? There's so much land everywhere. Why up?
I mean, why not?
The view is great.
At least it's a smoother ride. My first time, Dracos is a kid there, so he came onto the gondola with me, and he started shaking it.
Kind of like this, and Zora's just gonna like start throwing his weight back and forth. Is there a bunch of other people, or is it like just us?
Oh no, there's a lot of
Okay.
people on there.
All right.
And like, you can definitely look around. There are a few tourists, people that travel in very exotic garb. You see like a small family, like a tourist family, have like matching like ancient chasm bridge shirts, like was here, type deal. It has family Inkswell family reunion 1753.
I went to Ancient Chasm Bridge and all I got was this shirt.
Yeah.
I had a geogasm at the ancient chasm.
Yeah. You do notice a few
Good.
more professional people on board who are like standing to our attention. I believe even you guys passive inside, you can tell that these are like military trained men. They are the half elves, the drow half elves. So they're dark elves, half elves. They're standing at attention, kind of just like watching you, and not really. And behind these two gentlemen, there is a female drow wearing this very elegant black like dress that has like almost like a Southern Belle flow to it at the bottom. Wearing these weird iridescent pearls around her neck, traveling with you. After a few seconds of you shaking the cart, the conductor goes, all right, that's enough there, buddy, that's enough.
Yeah, so.
Sorry.
And you guys,
Sorry.
I mean, to make you feel any better, Dracos was a lot bigger, so there was a lot less people on. I don't know why. I guess they wanted to give him space. He does have that presence about him.
That's all right. I wasn't worried. Good dwarven craftsmanship, and I'll slap the metal hand railing.
I was gonna say, you like stomp the ground and then your
Yes.
foot just goes through the bottom.
Like, fully
Fine,
confident.
dwarven
It's
craftsmanship
going
right
nowhere.
where you are.
It's going nowhere. I am confident.
it takes you guys probably a good
A strength check. Roll
I was
for
waiting
attack.
for it.
Roll for
waiting for
attack. Gondola.
It takes you guys a good like 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes to get from the hole into the anvil. And as you guys do, you actually notice like the guide rails kind of like slanting away to kind of slow your progression naturally with no brakes. Kind of just starts turning upward. And as you guys sit there and dock, several people get off. The half-elf drow and female drow do get off. You do notice in this part of the ancient has very business administrating buildings. You notice several other various sized villas across here with different symbols. Charlie, you recognize one as from your home.
Like from where I grew up.
Yes.
Okay. So like that tribe symbol, or
Not your tribe, the whole nation.
okay, yeah.
Yeah. They have an embassy here.
Okay. Do I notice any people around there?
They do have guards and stuff, but no one you notice. They do have similar Eladrin traits.
Okay. Interesting.
Few minutes go by, and you guys are just waiting on the train. Anyone who is, and you do notice, at this point, Banks, you do notice more of what's clearly Ancient Chasm police force. You see that they are actually. Give me a perception check to see how well you can make out their bracelets.
Can I help him with this since I'm trying to get in on the crafting of the
Yeah, can he please?
forge thing?
I would say unfortunately, you did not say so quick enough. You can try again later, though.
Okay.
It's hard to make out the actual. Like, you actually can see what they are a little bit, Banks. But the sun hits it and it just kind of gleams, so you can't get the exact details.
Like how they're like, you say they're bracelets. Like, are they like
almost like
metal fabric?
Metal. So the metal chains is like a medical plate that has like a set of numbers and a set of the name, the last name, and like the rank.
And like, how easy? Like, is it something that could potentially be burgled or
cut off? Sure.
Well, not like cut off, but like, is it like, you know, like somebody goes in for the handshake and does like the I just stole your wristwatch move?
Only one way to find it. Unfortunately, you do not get a good enough look to actually.
Okay. You should try it.
Yeah, so you have to be able to try.
Once I'm not around.
Yeah, I'm not looking to like right off the boat steal from the police, but the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning.
All right. And a few minutes go by, and the gondola keeps going as you guys are taken to the Tongs. The Tongs is a little bit more hectic of a place, as the Tongs is a marketplace. This is where a lot of your small businesses, your various inns, some shops of clothing, bakeries, some of the crafting shops of smiths and jewelries are here, and you can see that a lot of it's just bazaars as well across the streets, just collections of various exotic items as you guys depart. People calling like the finest goods from all of Athenos, and never being seen sights and treasures and bobbits from the wild Jerope. You hear one go, "We have here the lost artifact from the frozen wasteland." And just shot callers and people haggling. You see a kid steal an apple-looking thing and then run off, and you see like the little shop caller chasing them. "I'm gonna get you one of these days."
Zora, I've been meaning to ask you, how hard would it be to find? I've noticed the captain and now these hippopotamen, and the keep seeing these, and I do like the gun figures at him. Like, I want one. How hard are those? Are those relatively easy to come by in this area, or?
Oh, I can make them, no problem.
I would.
Yeah.
You're gonna be busy.
Can I tell if he's lying? Like, can he actually make a firearm?
I don't know if he can, but he thinks he can.
I'm just like, I don't think.
His pure belief tells you that he can.
I'm like, are you part artificer?
I just
how hard can they be? It's
there's
like
been one under
made
my
of
nose
metal, right?
time.
I don't do a lot of woodworking, but I didn't see much wood on them.
You're gonna be plenty busy. I just want to go shopping around and pick up a, nice alley piece.
So, what destination?
Yeah, it's is there like a shop that I can point him to that
particularly sells
like deals in like the firearm?
Well, we're like looking like by all this bazaar. Is anybody selling stuff like that?
No one's.
We don't even have to like RP it really.
You're casual looking around. There isn't much weapons being sold.
Okay.
This is more like your rugs, your bolts of cloth, food. You see people carrying like on big trays like bunch of fresh baked bread. You see people like actually like rolling kegs of something down the street. You see like because of how this city is, there isn't any really livestock to move carts around. So it's mostly human, or not human, dwarf, gnomes, and like
Humanoid.
humanoids doing so.
Okay. Well, I'm just keeping an eye out if we happen to stop by a store that does or.
Well, Zor, where are you taking them first? So you guys haven't decided yet. So during this travel to the Tongs, do you guys wish to go to the inn to check in first? Do you wish to go to try to fabricate this thing? Do you wish to go somewhere to help Sol look for missing circus people? Where's
Yes to all of it, but what's the order we're gonna do it in?
That's right.
That's what we're asking
So
you.
we have to. Okay.
I would say let's not go to the meeting before we make the cube.
We're not going to the meeting before we make the cube. So we have to pick. We have to pick an inn we're gonna go to. So what? Let's get this straight. What kind of neighborhood are we gonna stay in while we're here? Because there's all different kinds of neighborhoods too. Do we shoot for the top or the bottom and be glad we landed in the middle? What?
I want to stay somewhere fancy. I've had about enough of this roughing it on the ship and working every day for my keep, and now I'm in a city and I'm instantly covered in exhaust and dirt. Plus that's where all the ripe targets are.
It's true. So let's see. What if
Yeah,
we
but
were
at CD
to?
bars, you have like-minded individuals.
Mm-hmm. So we could
Accomplice.
split the. Why don't we split the difference? Why don't we pick the nicest place in the middle?
Let's pick the
do it.
nicest place in the seediest part of town,
That's
or the
actually a
seediest
little-
place in the nicest part of town.
a little worse than like the middle of the middle. It might be hard for us to like just waltz up into the chisels, and we might need to
Like-
bathe first. Maybe.
All right, we'll work our way up to it. Let's just work for utility today and get ourselves situated.
Okay.
So, where, Rich, do you want to pick wherever my personal house is?
Your personal house is in the Punch.
In the Punch.
Yes.
Cool.
Your house is in
Right
the
on.
Punch. It is basically a very. You know that everyone could fit there and stay the night if needed. It just may not be comfortable,
Yeah.
But it's free,
but it's free.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
and I'm cheap.
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Yes, we just can't see you.
Oh, great.
Oh, there you are.
Okay.
So
don't know
you
what
are in
that
the
was.
Punch. You're on like almost like an apartment style building, and you have a loft apartment. From what you tell me, if you don't want to go high class but like upper middle class, your best bet
Yeah.
for the inn would be the Chirping Canary. It's kind of like a wine bar, charcuterie board place.
Look, I know this place that's just your style, Banks. They mostly serve wine. You're gonna love it. And yeah, we'll
Okay.
we're gonna go to the Canary. I know a guy.
Sounds good.
As you guys are being escorted to, Zord leads the way to the Canary. You guys are walking by a good collection of people, all walks of life and styles, kids, elderly, all having like a generally good time. Like this has like a vibe of just like that local city home, like almost like you can see like you actually can tell like this has different like cultures a little bit here and there. Like, you can see, this is like little gnome town. This is little halflingville. Like you can see like the actual like how the cultures are and how they're all mingling and how it's like going on. You see like several families actually have like tables out on the street and they're kind of eating, and And you see someone wave and they're talking, like it's you hear people shouting from like one level to the other, just having conversations. Just a general like this is a good like place. Like people are happy to live here.
You see how happy everyone is, Banks? That's why they build it so high up. It's because everything else just kind of runs down, and it's nice here. It's clean.
Are you saying that happiness is like heat and it rises?
No, I'm saying that, like, sewage likes to travel downward, so we try and stay well above it. Keeps the neighborhood nice.
Yeah, but what about... I mean, there are people down there, right?
In this part of town, is there like are the shops all like general good shops, or are there like magical shops, like kind of stuff like that?
It's a mixture. Like honestly, like from where you're going for the Trippin' Canary, it's more like an artist district. Unfortunately for your memory, it's more of like galleries, and you see people making sculptures and trinkets. You see like wood, like nice little like children's toy. People are actually making like children's toys and like puppets in this area. This is like a very artsy district that the Trippin' Canary is in.
Yeah, we should fit in here real good.
Astra would have loved it here.
And as you guys arrive at the Trippin' Canary, this tavern is a marble single-story building with this very elegantly shiny stained wooden roof, and it has out front it has a tree, and every leaf has been painted like a rainbow, in a different color like a rainbow. So when the wind blows through it or exhaust or steam blows through it, it's like the rainbow that's kind of the leaves flicker around. Then as you enter, it's very artsy. People are inside. You see people with little French caps, and they're just talking and you see people just sitting down having coffee. You see people sharing a glass of wine over a charcuterie board. There's smoked meats and cheeses, and behind the bar you see a male halfling with bronze skin who is just flawless, and he has highlights marking their cheeks, and he's wearing a very elegant camouflage style suit that's definitely not meant to camouflage anything. It's very kind of bright pastel camouflage. He has a very well trimmed mustache with definitely wax in it, and this that very wavy hair that's slicked back but has those waves into it. And he goes, "Oh, welcome, new people. Welcome. I think I saw you before, good sir. Though. My name is Giddy. How can I?"
Giddy, yeah, that's right, Giddy, yeah. I might remember that.
Yeah. So how can I help you this evening? Are you looking for a table by chance?
Yeah, we need whatever you got serving for dinner. We're gonna have a round of drinks for everybody, and my fine friends here will definitely need lodgings for the next foreseeable future.
Very well. Lodgings will be 2 silver a night. And then for tonight we have 2 specials this evening. We have I have a lamb sandwich, served with a little bit of a frozen grape wine, fresh from the northern reaches of Ornox. And I have a beefcake with bread, and it comes with a mug of Perry ale. They are 4 silver pieces each for each meal, though. Or we have just the house.
You had me at lamwich. I am.
I'll take the beef and ale.
Okay. And for you two. What can I get for you?
The meal is twice the price as the room?
Yes.
Charlie, you would.
I'm just confused. One is lodging for a
Charlie.
night, the other is a 20-minute meal.
But you
Interesting.
cannot put a price on the talent that goes into making it.
I'll lean in and be like,
sure.
I don't remember if their food's actually good here, but
And it does come.
I was a little wasted last time I was here.
And each meal does, and the specials do come with a drink, so you're paying for more than just a single meal.
Okay, I guess. I'll have. What were the options again?
It was a beef cake with a mug of Perry Ale and a lamb sandwich with a frozen grape wine.
I'll have the lamb, I suppose.
Okay. And
The beef sounds preferable.
beef? So 2 beef and 2 lamb coming right up. And you said 1 room or 2 rooms?
Probably 2.
2? Okay. I'll come back with the keys as well. He goes around for a bit. You hear people just talking about, having a good conversations. You hear them discussing about a recent artwork gallery being exhibited. Your drinks come relatively quickly with 2 keys. The drinks are plentiful and full. Those who got the ale, it has this dark amber. And it's like almost like this molasses type taste to it. Those who got the lamb, which is the frozen grape wine, is very fruity. It hits you on the back of your mouth, like little bubbles. And then a few minutes go by, and your meals come out. And these are the meals that they look good, decent size, but you can tell that they are like beautifully like positioned and plated. The lamb sandwich has them cut in a triangle and up to on top of each other with like a small little splattering of like hand cut potato chips. And you see like small little toothpicks in it. Like, and you tell you pull them out and they're actually like carved. And the beefcake has like this wonderful almost like a pot pie, and it's like golden brown crust. And the meals, they taste good and hearty.
Probably the best thing that we've had in a week, seeing as everything has been paprika. Is there any paprika in this lamb?
The beef's okay. I mean, it's nothing like that quiche, though. Oh.
See, why do you pay so much money for a good meal when you just like anything smothered in paprika, apparently?
This is the city. It's gonna cost you to eat anything here.
You're paying for
alright.
the
Alright.
ambiance.
Yeah, don't worry. When you're here, you make enough to stay here. So we'll get it back. We just got to get to work soon. And
Okay.
I'm actually gonna focus on. I want to if you guys want to get the room set, I think I should get over to my place and start work on this cube
Now,
kind of immediately.
Those who got the beef, please roll me a d6. If you can. So I think that was Zor and Soul. Very good. You both rolled 6s. You guys both get 6 temporary hit points.
Dang.
Those who ate the
There's the beef, bitch.
Yeah. Those who.
How do I actually do that?
If you open your character sheet,
Mm-hmm.
you see under. Yeah, it's done already. You already have 6.
Oh, okay. Okay, it just didn't. I thought it would change the big number, but I guess not.
Nah.
Okay.
Those who ate the lamb. I gotta pull this up. Oh yes, that's what it does. It doesn't happen yet. But when you're at quarter hit points, you're gonna have advantage on all attack rolls. For the next
shit.
8 hours.
Hell yeah. Let's go get into a fight, guys.
You have to be at
Wait.
25% or less health. Then you get advantage.
Which for me, that is like it's gonna happen pretty soon. Let's be real.
I'll pinch you real quick
Yeah.
and like initiate your own personal rage for the next.
Yeah, if you can take a single hit and not go to 0, but land at less than 25%,
Yeah, it's
I'm gonna applaud that.
This feels
Yeah,
like a
it's
A
fucking
narrow
carnival
window to
game.
land in.
Trying to.
Yeah. So is it rounded down or rounded up for 25%?
It's rounded down. Everything.
Okay, so when I'm at 3 hit points, guys, I'll have advantage on my attack rolls.
So you just want me to leave you at 3 hit points,
Preferably, yes.
right? You just start taking hits, start trickling down, and we just leave it there.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that you guys
Not
have
to metagame, but
now that you guys have rooms for the evening, where do you guys wish to head? What do you guys wish to do?
Are we paying for this with party gold, or what are we plan on doing with that?
I'm definitely gonna bounce to go to my flat and get to work on this.
Are you gonna pay for your
cube.
meal before you leave, or no?
Yes, yes, yes.
No.
Let's
Okay.
just drop party money. We're doing. It feels like
for everything
we're
would
doing
be 20 silver
Yes.
for the 2 rooms and
2 gold pieces.
Rich, do you want us to like modify our group? Should we, like,
yeah. You guys can do that.
does somebody want to be like the treasurer?
I can be the treasurer.
Okay.
Okay.
I like money.
So
All right, so 20 silver pieces. Cool.
Money.
Money, 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 money.
so where are we headed? So you
Nothing
wish,
in this world.
so you wish to look to hear about information about
Yeah, about the if we want to just like go through it, if people want to do something else, that's fine.
No, get a start. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's all.
I'm gonna bounce and like take off and kind of leave the group. I mean, I suppose no one
Yeah,
wants
the
to
rest
go to
of
the
us
house
can-
with me.
So it sounds like Zor's gonna go off to make this replica, and it is gonna take him some time and some money to get the ingredients and such to make something similar.
Yeah, I figured I should get an immediate start on it though.
Yeah. So,
Okay, well then the rest of us can.
okay.
Would I like be at all useful in making this thing? Like, it doesn't need to be that great, honestly. But with like my forgery, like
The forgery kit's like it helps with this stuff, but it won't help majorly. Especially 'cause you guys aren't
Yeah.
going for like
yeah,
a replica. You guys going for like something that's passable from like
yeah,
5 to
from a
10
distance.
feet in dim light type deal. Like hey, we
Yeah,
have this
yeah.
thing. Don't look at it too closely. Since you guys aren't going super specific, it's going to cut down on the
Yeah.
time it's going to cost and the time and the
Cool.
material it's going to make, and you don't need to be as detailed.
Zor takes off, and we're
Okay.
gonna like go look for the circus folk.
Sounds good. Sure.
Where the carnies at?
yeah.
Am I able to like kind of give them a heading of where they should start? Was that something I would know?
It's hard to tell because like what information about the soulsmiths and friends and circuits are you looking for? Have they come through? What's going on? Like you guys have a little bit of more information. Like what is the exact like almost inquiry that you guys are looking for? Like are you just looking seeing if the circuits has come through here, or are you trying to see if
So
So yeah, that's I think pretty.
it feels like a personal question.
yeah
maybe if they've passed through. Maybe if that seeing about like maybe there was old talent that either dropped off here to go their separate ways,
Okay.
or you know, somebody's been in touch.
I would say then you do know of someone who has been dropped off here on the last pass. They got injured during one of the performers, and they had to take some time off to heal. And they were left over here to kind of recoup, and they were going to get picked up on the next
Circuit.
Yeah, thanks for the English. English is hard.
Yeah.
Don't
Okay.
end what?
Do I know who that was dropped off last?
Yes, you do. I'm pulling up the information now.
Rich, so you know, I guess it doesn't really matter too much, but your camera's backwards on Twitch. It's mirrored.
I'm just gonna. Oh yes, it is the. This was the gorgeous Gyration, Georgia, the water genasi who was a ring gymnastic. I'm banging backwards. Oh, I'm not backwards.
I'm not backwards, you're back.
On Twitch?
Oh no, I moved my settings around, so I'm looking in a different direction now when I talk to you guys. I'm sorry. So you do have a name. You have a rough idea that she is in the punch, which is basically also where Zora is heading. You guys can kind of stay together. So you guys leave the Triple Canary with your keys in tow, paying your bill off, heading to the punch. As you guys are heading to the punch, you can definitely see a mixture of people now, of workers and tradesmen kind of going back and forth. I would say... So, make me a... investigation check with advantage. See if you can remember
Okay.
this person's address. It takes you a little bit of time, and you guys actually go and like you're like, oh, I think it's here. Right down, and you come to like a dead end. You guys do a little bit of loop until finally, as you guys are looking around trying to find the place, so you actually find her on the street with a cast around her arm, and like over the other arm, sort of a sling of like, you know, a bread and other like ingredients for food and such. And she goes, "Oh, do my eyes betray me? Oh, is that you, Solstice? Oh my goodness, so nice to meet you." And she like comes over and gives you like a big one arm hug and says, "Oh, is the circus in town already? Like
No. It's just me.
Oh. Where's everyone else? Did you get you? What did he do? Did they hurt you?" She like starts like patting your, like looking at your fur. Like, I don't see any cuts or anything. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. It was only I guess I was a little bit under the weather, and they assumed to have me catch up, and I haven't caught up with them yet.
Okay. Well, I mean, you come with me. Come with. Wait, who are your friends?
Did we split off from Zor yet?
I would say no. Yeah, I would say you did split off from Zor, because Zor went off, had to kind of go and do shopping and such.
Okay. I just pointed Banks. This is Banks.
Pleasure to meet you.
This is Charlie. I found them in a caravan. They were very nice.
Oh, so nice to meet you two, Banks and Charlie. I am Georgia. Georgia, as you guys look, she has like this very like light blue skin with like this deep blue eyes, and she has like this greenish hair, kind of tinges to it, and she's very slender and elegant, and she's wearing just like almost like wearing sweatpants and like a tank top right now, a black print tank top. Please come in. Did you eat already? I don't have much here, but
Oh no, we've already ate. It is okay. No, but how are things?
she flexes her hand. Like I'm sure soon, when they get here, I'll be able to head back. I'm going a little crazy just sitting here not doing anything for a bit.
That is understandable. I tried to see about where they were. Do you know how far the tour was going this time?
Oh, well, they should have. When I saw you, I thought they were here. They were supposed to be here and they just never arrived.
But they were supposed to be here like what, a week ago or something like that?
Like a week or so
I mean,
ago. They were supposed to be here. They were supposed to stop by on their way to the festival. They weren't supposed to stay long. They weren't going to perform. They were just going to come through. I had some plans just to, just hang out and maybe drink with them. Maybe if I get the okay from the doc to actually come to travel with you again. But I never saw them. How long ago did you lose them?
How long's it been, DM?
About 2.5, maybe 3 weeks.
About almost a month.
They're not here yet? Oh no. Come with me. We can't be talking about this on the street.
Okay.
And she you see her. You guys were close. You were like just like 2 blocks over, and you see her just take her up to like a small apartment. And you notice in an apartment it's pretty sparse. She has like a hammock for a bed, and you notice the most interesting thing is that she has a little bit of a fish tank with very bright fish that are kind of like swimming around in it with a little neon seaweed and such. And she goes, it's kind of bad omen to talk about this on the street. There's been a bunch of people going missing. Traders and crafters just disappearing, not arriving. And it seems that no one's really, Ornox, Delport, aren't really doing anything about it. They're just keeping things status quo.
Does the circus usually go to Devport? Do I know?
Yeah. You guys mostly do Onyx and Delport. The only time you guys really go to either some kingdom is during the festival.
Okay.
But yeah.
That seems odd.
Yeah, like my neighbor Nancy, her son was supposed to show up and he never came. But like when a messenger pigeon was sent, they said he left.
How far from here did your people go missing, so? Was it, because I'm a little bit confused as to the, time and location, like the timetable here. I think we need to establish, starting to work this like a criminal investigation all of a sudden. We need to establish a timeline.
I went missing. I left them about 3 weeks ago. Where did we figure out which city I was dropped off in?
Yes, we did. Aha. Do, 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 do. Let me just pull up. You were dropped off in. Well, the last city you guys were all together was in Venetia.
Is that in Ornyx or?
That is in Doveport.
Okay. So okay. But they were supposed to. So you guys were in Venetia, and then they should have come here, and then they should have been at the Omar Festival.
Yeah.
That was their trajectory,
Yeah,
right?
they might have stopped along the way at some other places, but I doubt. And not the whole big tent thing. Maybe just like a little sideshow here and there to make a couple bucks for liquid courage along the way.
Let's see. And we were at the festival, and there was no sign of them there either. So I think it's time we learn more about this missing persons. How many people vanished? So how many were in your troop?
Do you want the talent list or do you want like everybody?
Just the number of people who went missing. Like, are we talking about, like 6 people or 30 people?
Oh no, more than 6.
Your
How many people total?
It varies between 50 to like 70 something.
So like that many people, Georgia, like that many people going missing at one time?
I never heard of anyone like any big group going missing like that. But like not a lot of big groups travel by road anymore like the circus does. Most of them travel.
Well, didn't the captain on the airship that we were on say that like entire ships were going missing?
Really? I didn't even hear anything about that. Wait, you rode here on an airship?
I'm remembering
Soul?
correctly, right? That she did say that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I just
So
want to
you
make
rode
sure.
here on an airship?
Yes.
What are you doing on an airship?
I was looking for them.
Wow. But yeah, wow. I can never be so high. I mean, it even bothers me being this high up, but because I know there's water I can land in here. But like being in an airship, there's no like guarantee to be in water under here. Oh.
I'm with you, Georgia. It was terrible. I do not recommend.
Oh, it wasn't that bad.
Half a star.
But
would not recommend.
yeah.
I mean, they did have us in the worst room in the entire ship, yes, so.
But you didn't even have to. You didn't have to work. I did manual
Yes,
labor.
because I was on house arrest.
But
You say house arrest, I hear vacation, cruise.
Yes, yes.
but
Sure, yes, a leisurely cruise where everybody wants to kill me.
I wouldn't mind being on a house arrest with that lovely half orc.
But so if you I didn't know they were missing, but maybe we can add them to the wall, the monument. This I don't.
Do you
know.
guys have a conspiracy wall too?
No. No. What's the conspiracy wall? No. For everyone that's going missing, people have been like getting drawings done, and having them be placed along the flame by Temple of Korra, Quentin, Mona, the Change Tree of Grace. There's people going missing. Get like basically like a "Have you seen me" thing.
So is the flame just a bunch of like religious?
Oh,
temples?
you're not from here. The flame is one of the pillars of Ancient Castle Bridge where all the religious orders are.
Okay.
Religious orders, some organization, but mostly religious orders. Like, you know, the people who say, well, we believe in Bezoar, and all they are really is just a hunting lodge, but, like, you know, somehow they get to have a religious exemption, you know.
Okay.
But yeah, I know
That's to do one of each person. That's a lot.
well, it's no, just like when people go missing, like, you know, sometimes it's not pictures, sometimes it's just names and descriptions. I haven't been there personally, but I know my neighbor went, and she said put a name there, but that's the only thing I can think of that might be like, I definitely like kind of shocked. But do you have a place
I
to
don't
stay?
think
Do you need
we're
to stay here tonight, so?
Oh no, I have a room over at the Canary.
The Canary? Oh, you're a flying airship staying at the Canary?
It was a personal recommendation.
Oh. Do you have someone? Is it a good personal?
He's my blacksmith.
Oh, you don't want to be with a blacksmith. Their hands are thick and callous, and they can't feel anything, and they give the worst massages. You don't want to be with a blacksmith. You want to be with a wood carver.
Oh yeah, but show her the nice weapon that he made you.
Okay, and I take off the claw glaive and I show it.
Yeah, I mean, like, he can be a really good smith, but, like, I don't know. Like, with tough hands like this, he can't be a good lover.
Excuse me?
I mean, I'm not after him for. I'm after him for what he's swinging in his hands during work hours.
Okay, well, I didn't know you had a personal friend, and you're flying ships? I don't, you know? So, okay, you want to stay for dinner? A little snack? Maybe we drink like old times?
Maybe we later at the Canary, but I think my companions had other stuff to do as well today.
Okay. Oh, you know where I live? Please just come back anytime. It'll always be good to see your old circus buddy, and hopefully. Wait, that's why I have to stay here even longer.
Well, if I find them, I'll try to steer them towards your direction to where we can pick you back up.
We'll be in town for at least a few days. I'm sure we'll see you again before we move on.
Okay. And she gives you a wave goodbye. And you guys leave her little apartment. It's getting a little bit later in the day now. Not quite dusk.
I still feel sorry for Georgia. Dracos did not assemble her equipment appropriately. He was hungover.
Oh shit!
He did get a very firm reprimand.
Did she at least get some kind of compensate? Like, is she on the payroll for
Workman's comp?
No, yeah.
Wait, we get paid?
Does your circus not have any sort of quality assurance? Like,
So, were you a slave? Were you?
Plot twist.
You know.
I mean, I get my food, lodging, some pocket money. We kind of just took care of each other.
Okay.
I don't know what that. I don't know. I'd never left the circus before now. So everything was just kind of taken care of.
so it was more like a cult.
Did you have any, like,
No.
were you like a kept woman? Did you have sister wives, or was this like,
Guess this Dracos man that you talk about, is he just like...
He is like my brother.
Oh. Ooh.
brother husband?
No, he taught me how to fight.
Oh, that's fantastic. Look, I'm just trying to understand. It could help with the case to know more about the inner workings.
Besides, he always fancied the elvish dancers.
Well then, that's something.
Yeah, they were twins.
More bang for your buck.
I guess.
Anyway.
So,
back to as you guys are having this discussion about Draco and his infatuation with twins, we're gonna swap over to Zora real quickly. As you,
I'm gonna like disappear for just a second.
Okay.
While you do that, sorry guys.
So Zora, as you kind of pick up some like equipment and stuff, like try to get the right materials, kind of like some clay, and try to like make something. A lot of materials to make like a replica from distance. This cube is not made out of metal. It is kind of has this weird bone stone like texture to it. It isn't heavy at all. It definitely. You can see how big it is. You think it's a little bit lighter than you think it should be. But you get your clay. You get back to your apartment. Do you have a description of your apartment? Kind of what it looks like.
Yeah, so it's definitely like, I wouldn't say sparse, but devoid of furniture.
Okay.
It's like, 3 of the 4 walls are all like workbenches and tools and stuff like that, and the bed is like literally just big enough to fit a dwarf, even with his like, I think he probably has to like bend his knees a bit to sleep. Even if not, his feet will hang off. Small little like metal framed mattress bed. I would say it's like pretty. It can shut out the light really well. Like I think he kind of likes it like pretty dim usually, but if he wanted light in there, he could. He would have to like light a bunch of lamps and.
Okay.
Stuff like that. So, and it definitely just kind of it's got like a funk to it for sure. The smell, just like total hermit style kind of reclusive place. You can tell that he doesn't. He just like sleeps and works on things and is either not there or there for a specific reason.
Okay.
And it kind of reads like that, yeah.
Alright. And as you have your materials together to start crafting this replica, using kind of clay and such, could you please give me a crafting roll?
Yeah. That's 100, right?
Yeah, D100.
Now, did you give me a? Did you actually give me like a crafting skill for some reason? I thought there was, but here, I can just roll. I can just roll the D100.
Smith tool should do it. And the inventory should be under chainmail Smith tools. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. As this is not, this is what you're basically making using your Smith knowledge. You're not making the actual thing out of metal. What you're making right now is basically you're using your Smith knowledge to make the mold of it. So maybe you could then eventually use it to make metal. You're able to get like the rough size However, you just can't, with the materials at hand, you can't get those fine details of the actual symbols. Like, you know, like the flame and wind and all that. Like, you just can't get like the actual color. I mean, you get like the rough, like drawing of it, but you just can't move your fingers in such a delicate way to get those right corners and angles and those pictures on this thing.
I have not had enough to drink today yet. I think that's what it is.
I would say this process does take you a couple hours to do so as well, like close to 3 hours
Okay.
to do so. And you're just working along this thing. You have people in your apartment shouting, arguing like they normally do. You know.
I love it. He gets this like weird nostalgia about going back home because he's such, you know, he kind of like has been he's like kind of travel weary, but he definitely gets this nostalgia of like, because he really likes like the isolation and the focus on the work, and so he's definitely like just digging into it, you know, loves the sound of the city around him, but you know, this is definitely his like dwarf hole in the city.
Okay. I think with that, finding Georgia and interacting, you guys probably will have about an hour and a half doing all that. The three of you, is there anything you guys wish to do? Do you wish to try to find Zora's house? Do you wish to try to go somewhere shopping, looking for things?
I always want to go shopping personally, but we could do that, or we also have be interested to check out this wall of missing peoples.
We could always go there.
Okay. Yes, wish to head there? Okay. Would you guys like to head there? The most direct route? I would assume, yeah. Yeah, you would.
Yep.
Yes.
I don't know any better.
As you
Yeah,
guys,
I really don't. I don't usually remember the cities I'm in. I just remember the weird things about them.
yeah.
Yeah, as we're like kind of going throughout this like ancient chasm bridge, all these different areas of it, like Charlie's kind of paying close attention to like where things are, I guess. Like she's trying to make like a mental map of like, okay, this is in this area and this is in this area. So like, is the Punch like mostly like residential district?
Yeah, the Punch is like the Punch
Okay.
is residential. Your Punch is not quite your suburbs, but it's like your middle class district. This is like, there are some few shops here. I would say, since you say you're specifically paying attention, you have noticed the same shop ever so often, called the Ancient General Store, and it has like the same little symbol. And you like, wait, you saw another one, like maybe like 10 blocks that way, or not 10 blocks, but like, you know, over there a little bit and different pillar. As like that is like typical, kind of like the 7-Eleven.
I was gonna say, so it's Fantasy 7-Eleven. Yeah.
In the city, it's like it has a little bit of everything. The general structures, you can tell that it's just like, yeah, this is like where everyone kind of comes and lives. And you guys
So
are
yeah. So far I have, tell me if I missed anything. So
Okay.
the anvil is like the embassies and government buildings, right? And then the tongs is the shops and inns, and then the Punch is the residential district. What was in the horn? Is that just like
the shipping
where
district.
airships are? Okay. Okay.
The Horn is where we like landed.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the port.
Customs.
I had a
Yeah.
I think I had a big brain fart, so this is my fault.
Port Authority.
You guys aren't heading to the flame, you're heading to the light, which is even closer
The light. Oh.
to the flame.
Well, I have to change my map
Like
then.
the light.
Yeah. the light, which is south of the punch. You guys head there. As you guys do, you notice that it is several. It's not a long journey. It's only like 10 minutes or so. As you do head there, you notice that there is one part of the punch that is kind of walled off, and it has a. You can actually see on the map a very large mansion type building. Actually, let's maybe give everyone a nice little. Manor mansion has like a great estate that you notice as you're traveling on a gondola to the light. And as you guys arrive at the light, there is several religious buildings here. You see several people walking around in various priestly garbs. You see all forms of shrines and temples here.
You know, so I've been meaning to ask, are you religious at all?
Nope.
No?
No.
Nothing with
my
that
brother believed in this
group
thing
that
called
you were
karma,
traveling?
but no, but I mean
Okay.
I'm only one person. The way Clover just said to me when I was little was it was someone to help you out. I have to find out by myself, so why bother somebody?
Fair enough.
And as you guys are traveling the streets of the light, you do notice that the Sanctuary of Grace, those who may not be familiar, the Sanctuary of Grace is a temple that kind of houses majority of different gods. You have like very similar beliefs in a sense, like Mona, Azeros, Kuran, Raphion, all these like similar deities who kind of have like be good to each other, internal growth, emotional stability, learn to love yourself, learn to have fun in life. Those are Sanctuary
Church of
gods.
being excellent to each other.
Yeah, basically. And a lot of deities kind of like support that together, so they have a temple together. Even though they do have a certain temple, that each person there, each deity is like their own arch priest or father or mother, depending on the religion. You guys do find the Wall of Missing People. And this is a very, as you would talk to, Georgia she didn't see it herself, but you see that this thing covers about, like it goes pretty far. Like this is a good 200 feet of parchments kind of like covered over each other like a parchment of shingles. You see various candles that have been like burned down to just like the puddle is there with the wick. And you see some candles still burning. You see people kind of just walking along it, handkerchief in hand, sobbing quietly. You actually see some people putting up a parchment now. You see priests in a light blue and dark blue robes. You see a priest in a gold and black robe. Just always occasionally just around to talk to people.
I would like to approach somebody, a religious figure.
Okay. I would say you approach the one that's accepting, that doesn't seem to be talking to anyone right now is a human non-binary person. You can't really tell if they're male or female, and wearing this black tunic and pants with like a gold trim along it. There he goes.
Before I approach, I would want to like see if I can make sure I can tell like what religious symbols they have, like who they're affiliated with.
Yeah, you can tell because you are proficient in religion. He is affiliated with Quentin, the god of divination and fate.
Okay.
His symbol is a crystal ball with 3 stars inside it. Brief little knowledge about Quentin is that Quentin looks over the fate of others. He kind of holds the strings of fate, looking for the best outcome. Either cutting strings or tying them together. He goes, and as the greeting for Quentin, our meeting was for Toad.
Pleased to meet you, Master of the Strings. Servant of the Strings. I would much appreciate some help. I find that several someones, but that's only in part of what strings we have traveled along to find ourselves in this particular position. I find that I am being pulled towards a fate that has something to do with these missing people. I feel inclined to help. I feel compelled by destiny itself, and I was hoping that you could give us some information and any assistance you may be able to offer us in bringing to rest all of the people affected by this plague tragedy.
Did you lose someone? Or are you looking to help out of the kindness and selfishness of your own being? Young sister?
My companion here is missing several people whom I've never met personally.
Oh, which one?
And I bring Soul front center.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I haven't heard they're dead, so I guess that's a positive.
Yes. As that is positive. From what we can deduce is that it seems that these poor lost people have not yet been deceased. They have not answered any calls when you try to touch the other side. If that is some comfort to you, I hope.
I'm sorry, what was that?
We have attempted to see if they are still among the living. But they seem to be. However, when our archpriest tried to scry on them, on some of them, that it was not doable.
Are there any leads on this? It seems like such a large amount of missing people for there to be such little information. In my experience with when things go missing, there's usually a trail to follow.
That is the thing. There is no when the path is looked after, there is no notice of where people are taken. There is no mark of struggle or such. The Delport Association, Delport Alliance, says that everything is as it should be. They claim that there have been an uptick of legal abductions, but the populace was alerted, and that ended a month ago. So there's no need for people to keep disappearing. Onyx Association has been the most useful. However, with the disconnected cities, they have not yet found any evidence. Mostly because if people are missing, where are they going? Who is feeding them?
Yes, I understand.
Do you have, young soul, do you wish to add their names to the list? To the wall in case?
I suppose so. If anyone's seen them, I mean, they do stand out.
No. Okay, we can definitely add it to the list.
And for the sake of brevity, I will give the individual the at least the people I remember. If I don't remember every last roadie, I am so sorry. If Soul does not remember every last roadie, I am so sorry.
You remember a good amount. You remember like the performers, the general look of the card, and you guys, Charlie and Banks, you are befriended by like a list of performances and acts and people, such. And he just like writes it down. And he goes, "It's so interesting. This is such a large group. I think this is the largest group to go missing yet. Do you know perhaps roughly when?"
3 was when I was with them last.
That's about when the missing disappearances started. But
Well, I mean, it started we were in Doveport last, and we were going to Ilianthus. Wow.
for the festival, were you there during the untimely demise of Omar?
Yes, and we do not talk about it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It must have been a very tragic experience. I do not wish to.
That is why we do not speak of it.
Yes, I'm sorry.
This is, I think you can start to see a picture of how all these strings connect, and we are being compelled to action. Why this isn't something I intend to just leave names on a wall and forget about.
Well, there have been some groups who have taken this case pro bono, organizations. However, the time of adventurers really aren't among us anymore.
I'm gonna leave basically my contact info at the Canary, and please, if you hear anything or if you happen upon something or remember anything, please do check with me. I will be here for at least the next few days. But
Thanks. Do you give your full name or just your first name?
I would give my full name.
Okay.
Thanks, Verenve. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's
Trevor.
okay. Go ahead. No, you go.
Thanks, Verenve, and may the strings that bind us all set you free, servant of Quentin.
And may they be strong and everlasting, and pluck into glory.
I'll have stayed around for most of that conversation, but once the whole Omar things got brought up, and as soon as Soul kind of nixed it, was just no, we don't talk about that.
Okay.
I just kind of smile at her yeah, thank you, but then I'll also excuse myself at the same time, and I'll just kind of start wandering back and forth up the wall. I just kind of want to look at it with, I mean, I assume other people have already done this, but I'm looking at it as trying to make correlations between the people on the wall of
CSI.
Okay, I want to see, are they from the same economical class? Are they do they look like they're anything at all related to them?
I just heard
what's the age? What's the gender
okay.
demographic? That kind of stuff.
Give me an investigation check.
Okay.
It's heard the Law and Order dum dum.
Can I have Theo help me?
Full effect.
Sure. Theo is gonna go. Is Theo a hawk still or?
Wow. I have a +5. He is a hawk still, yes.
So Theo kind of, as a hawk, kind of goes over and tries to
Jesus.
brings you papers that you think is relevant and parchments, just to try to like figure out what's happening here.
I'm so mad. Like. Oh wait,
Hey, wait,
hold on.
you have.
I have
Yeah.
an person. I literally
Yeah.
have
Oh.
it right here telling me to use it. Okay, so I'm gonna try
Just-
again.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. And like,
Hell yeah.
and suddenly
Get it.
nothing's making like what's going on? Like you're noticing like the genders, demographics, age, race. Nothing seems to correlate them. However, as you're looking through this, you do notice that there is some oddities in the time ranges and locations that they are taking. They seem to start from basically one point of like rough area. Actually, yeah. One start from one area and seem to like slowly go into the next, like almost like.
So it seems like, depending on what time they were taking, like the first wave of people was all around the same area, and then it started kind of migrating.
Yeah.
Okay. And where, like, does it look like it took like a specific path, or was it kind of like goes to this city, then goes to this city, then goes to this city, like kind of jumps around?
It's hard to make out the exact path because it's like people start in this town and then head there, and so you're not familiar with Athenos like geographically, so you don't know the way the path is taking. You just notice that there's like people from leaving from this one city, Quinjon, all disappeared around the same time. But then people who all who left around Harlem all left around the same time too. Like you kind of realize like this, and this. You don't have the geography knowledge of Athenos to find the path, but you do notice that there is some type of like
Okay.
timeline of the people.
Yeah.
Timeline.
Is there any like lapse in time? Has it been like nonstop, or has there been any like gap in time of like from like this date to this date, like nobody was taken for some reason,
There was a lapse.
Okay.
Cost
Like how long was the lapse?
about 3 days. And it was
Omar
Okay.
Festival days.
Host 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
So was that the Omar Festival?
The Omar Festival was on the 23rd.
Fuck.
But they've resumed since then, right? Yeah. Okay.
When the lapse happened, was it like how far along in these kidnappings was that? Because that was recently, right?
That was about a week and 2 days ago.
And when did the disappearances start?
About a month, about 3 weeks.
Okay. So in that whole like, oh, it seems to migrate from one area to the next, does it seem like it was going to the place where the Omar Festival was and then going away from it? Or again, I don't know it geographically because
You
of
don't know geography, you don't know Athenos, I can't give you that answer.
Okay.
Um,
If I bring it up to like one of my friends who know this area better,
yeah.
okay, I'll do that after I finish this.
Can I approach the wall of names?
Of course.
Are they alphabetized?
No. It's
Oh, okay.
this is basically just like a monument of just like names and those kinds of paper, and it just seems like where there's space.
Okay. I'm gonna keep like flipping through like a couple of them, like getting like I assume it's like layers of flyers where you're just looking through
Yeah.
back to see the other ones.
The best way that it's organized, it's like as it starts from one end to the other, it's just the time range and when people were disappeared.
Well, seems Edwin and Irving were not here yet. But that's always good news. Those two are always together.
As I'm like inspecting the wall, and as I'm trying to make these connections and stuff like that, is it possible for me to try to look through and find like the very first report of the disappearance?
Yeah, and I would say you're probably over by Seoul when that happens, and you see the Quentin priest put up the information that Soda's getting like near the front, and they all seem to have started around Venetia.
Okay. And said like 3 weeks ago. Is there like on the wall, is it like individual posters for individual people, or is it like lists of like it's individual?
Individual. So it's basically like, it's not like full parchment for everyone. It's like basically you can clearly tell that like it was a name, then the parchment was kind of sheared off, and then they were used again and again and again. So like, but yeah, it's either like if there's a picture, they use that, or if it's something that Quentin or one of the priests has actually written down themselves.
Okay, I want to look at like the first reports of disappearances and like either I'll like grab my notebook, I guess, and like try to like write down the information of like the very first ones, like names and stuff, like to see if I can try to like hunt down the family that reported it so we can ask them some questions possibly.
Sure. Do you want the names?
Yes, please.
It's Bernard, Hein, Durden, Freddie.
Hein, Durden.
Yeah. Durden.
Freddie. Okay.
Gilroy, Nami.
I am probably spelling all of these wrong.
I'll make sure that you get the names.
Okay, thank you.
Later.
Okay. All right. And do any of them have, is it last names or just first names?
Some of them's last names and first names. Some of them are just first names.
Okay. Is there any like other information about like, oh, if found, please contact this person or anything like that?
Yes, there is a couple of them. Like one is actually on a couple of them is a geo hacker. It is the family name. It is Eric Geopacker.
Okay.
And it is, and he owns a smith on the hammer called the go over here and the
I don't have the name of that place.
no
The Swinging Hammer.
not that place.
No? Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Of the Rose's Blade.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'll just kind of take down all that information, like as much as I think would be like necessary in solving something. So.
Okay.
And then as soon as I have all of that, I'll kind of return back to my friends. I'll be like, all right, well, this is what I found. And I'll kind of relay the whole thing of like, all right, well, I found some correlations of it began in one area and it doesn't seem to jump around a whole lot. It's one chunk of disappearances in one area and then it moves to another and moves to another. And I'm not familiar enough with this land to know the exact path it might be taken, and I'll tell them like the exact city names, I guess, in which it traveled to see if they know any sort of path that it took.
Guessing that's like Seoul's probably the most well-traveled of us.
Seoul is the most well-traveled. So give me a history check with advantage.
Okay.
as you try to think about these town names instead of the landmarks that you may know of. You can't remember all the spaces. However, as you try to think of all the towns that were listed off by Charlie, you can tell that they don't really go into the Idison Kingdom. That it seems to go from Doveport to Ornox. And you have...
It's just those two places.
And... let's see, can I draw on this? Let me see if I can draw on this. I can draw on this. I am talented and good.
I believe in you. So, what was the name of that kingdom that they don't travel into?
Idison Kingdom.
Either.
Yeah, that's where the Omar festival was.
Yeah.
Was in the Idison Kingdom.
If everyone would just go to the... I think I can bring everyone over here. Just to make life a little bit easier. I drew a little diagram
Okay.
on...
You are amazing.
That's
You are.
and this denotes the path that they have kind of taken with a little gap.
And where's the start? Is it on the left or on the right?
It is on the left.
Okay. Okay. In this gap is was this gap
That's house.
during the festival?
Yes.
Okay.
You were taken right near the beginning over there. So.
That's where I last saw them.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and as I'm relaying all this, I'll also say I didn't notice any sort of lapse. It seemed pretty straightforward, except for one. There was a 3-day lapse during the Omar festival that nobody was taken. I'm not quite sure what that means, but it has to be something, and
I think we should get Zor back. Could we reconvene and have a chat about it with everybody involved before we?
Yeah, I would say Charlie spending that time there, doing all this takes up enough time that Zor is done.
Okay.
How are you guys all? Where are you guys all meeting?
I definitely just went back to the Canary
Okay.
after I was finished,
I assume that's what we'll go to.
and waited for them to show back up.
Okay. And I would say during the evening, you guys all arrive back up at the Canary. You see that there is a acoustic lute player that's kind of playing, and you see someone doing some spoken poetry at the Canary. You see several people just gathering around, snapping bottles of wine, having a good little time. Giddy's behind the bar, and this very nice. You see him take off his jacket. He's wearing like a pacer with a very nice armbands. And as you guys wish to go into your rooms or stay in a little main area?
I think we are ready for a private conversation.
Okay.
Yes, let's get the conspiracy board up.
Yeah.
And as you guys head to your
We've been in
rooms-
town for 8 hours now. There's no conspiracy board.
We need one of those things that they have in classrooms that's a pull down, so that we can have the conspiracy board on that and then just travel with it.
Actually, while we were just talking, I was just looking. I have I have 2 scroll or map cases. I definitely want to see that's what I'm using it for. It's my charts and shit about the case.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys gather. And Do your conspiracy board party.
Yeah, I'll do my presentation about this is all the information I found, and this is what the correlations that we found, and at the very end, I'll kind of like finish it all up with saying that I did take down some information. I'll grab my journal and like kind of flip through it, and these are the names of the first people I'd noticed being reported missing, and there was one person who name was tied to it. His name is Eric Geo Packer. Yeah, I can't even read my own handwriting. Eric Geo Packer. And he owns a Smith and the Hammer called the Rose's Blade. So that might be a good place to start. See if he has any further information that wasn't reported to the wall. Because I assume if it's one of the very first disappearances, he probably wasn't anticipating it being something big. It was just something that happened. So maybe he has more information that he didn't think was pertinent at the time.
I have a DM question, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer, but before I go launching into any conspiracy stuff, I would like to know for sure. Like, I'm assuming that this, like, divine cube thing that we have is, like, pretty bonkers outside the wall of what you would find in a magic shop. Like, right? This, like, seems probably like the most sophisticated magical device I've ever seen. Is that safe to say?
I would safe to say this is definitely one of the most advanced magical items you have ever seen.
Okay. Not like, yeah, not to put a cap on, like, what's out there, but, like, this isn't common, like, in the least. Because basically, like, my contribution to the conspiracy conversation is that, like, we've got, like, a timeline with, like, this window, and then we also have this cube that opens portals, and we have, like, people gone missing but, like, vanished into nowhere, and then we're now in possession of an object that, like, we could vanish people into nowhere with this thing, and, like, what is the, like, implication of that? We know this was in the name of the exact city where the Omar Festival was, but, like,
Ilianthus, okay.
Ilianthus.
But this was in Ilianthus during the time when things went dark. Like, I don't believe in coincidences enough to think that, like, this isn't all connected.
I'm trying to find the question here.
So are you?
Oh no, I'm just talking to the other.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine.
The question for you was just about the, like, I wanted to make sure this wasn't, like, teleporting technology isn't, like, super common.
Is that super common?
So, are you saying that you believe because this happened right around the Omar Festival, and this is no, because we have the cube now, and unless you're saying that there's, like, another cube out there somewhere, is that what you're
saying? People that have this technology or magic prowess seem to be in short supply. I wouldn't imagine that they're, like, it seems like too specific of a, like, skill set or a school of magic to overlook the connection. I don't know what the connection is exactly, and yeah, I think that obviously, like, there must be more. There's other ways, but we saw a portal open to the Dark Fae at the Omar Festival.
Yeah.
Which I'm assuming wasn't entirely dissimilar from the portal we saw with the flying air snake.
The actual background?
I just mean, like, no, different places. Obviously, one was to the Dark Fae, one was flying snake thing of my nightmares, and then, but like the portals.
The portal was different.
Yeah, like
they both were portals, but one was actually like formed in a tree, in a sense, and actually had vines and stuff going around it. Had like it gave it the boundary. There was no boundary or such.
Okay.
And like when you guys turned to the side, you guys didn't see the portal. Type deal.
Gotcha. It was like a 2-dimensional.
Yeah.
Can I take a look at the little cube thing that we have, and like, I guess there's no way of actually knowing if it's anything, but like, because I've been like now surrounded by artificers and stuff like that, can I like take a look at it with like kind of new eyes, being like, okay, well, is this an invention of somebody of that discipline, or is it something
give me
greater?
An Arcana check.
Okay.
And Zor,
Anybody want to assist me?
Can anyone assist you? Is anyone proficient in Arcana?
I know nothing about magic.
I'm pretty sure the help action, you don't need proficiency. That's a Pathfinder thing.
I am. Oh no, I'm half proficient in Arcana.
You can try.
I'm like half help you.
I'll have Theo help me then.
It doesn't seem to be artificial. Like as you're messing with it, it's definitely made out of some. Like, it's not made out of metal. It's not made of any tinkering device. It is definitely a magical artifact that was being imbued. However, this material has this weird stone, porous, bone-like feel to it. And it looks like this like white stone with like black specks on it. Doesn't seem to be an artificially made, or made by an artificer. You notice that the buttons are all able to be pushed in, but besides that, it looks like it's seamless.
Okay.
Do you wish to press a button?
No, so here's the thing.
I didn't want to, but then you asked me that, and now I do.
Like,
You evil man, you.
so like, I would like to have a button push available for this meeting. And like, essentially, yeah.
Well, it's at max charges right now, right? Which
Yeah,
is,
it
how many
should be
charges is max?
after-
Is it 6? I wrote it down somewhere, but I don't know where it went.
It's 6 max charges, 1d4 every day at dawn. This is why I don't want Zor making my gun. His technology is shoddy. He's not.
It was so good.
Barely. That's barely shoddy.
Just misfire.
It'd be like one misfire. Yeah. And it wouldn't even point backwards at you. It would be like, you know.
Just shooting blanks.
So it's at 6 right now. It recharges 1d4 at dawn, and it takes 5 to press a button, right? So essentially, it takes like 2 days to get back to where you can press it again. Okay. Then yeah, I guess not, because we have a meeting for it. What? Were we supposed to do that today, or is that like not
I think we
a
can
set in
like.
stone meeting?
I would say probably today or tomorrow. Like, I'm ready to go if y'all are.
Oh yeah, Zor, let's see that replica that you made.
How's it look?
Yeah, it's well, and he'll pull it out. And it's like, I got really close.
Yeah.
How bad does it look?
It's if you put them up like side by side, you clearly know which one's real, which one's fake. But like from a distance, like you put it like in a corner, like you can see that could pass off. It definitely has like the same shape and dimensions. Has kind of like the same color-ish, like the specks are kind of in different places. The most noticeable feature is like the symbols are wrong.
Can I? You? Can I? I'm like, well, you tried. Yes, I'm not gonna say I didn't believe in you, but
Thor,
I did
what-
anticipate
what
something of
symbols
this
did you
nature.
put on there?
We need some
I wanna
really
know what
key
symbols.
lighting in the hand over here. Okay, that's
I
all.
wanna know
Maybe
what,
rather-
Really specific lighting.
What?
Yeah, I
wanna
was
know
gonna
what
say like
symbols Thor
I'm not saying I
inscribed on
didn't
this
believe
thing.
in you. I just want to say that I anticipated this possibly happening, and so I'll kind of like try to play around to see if it would work. Basically, is like I want to use my minor illusion to like kind of enhance this
Gloss
thing. So like
over it.
It should
So
be a
basically-
great canvas.
Yeah.
Close enough.
yeah, so basically I want it to be like obviously we have the base from what Zor made, so it's something that can be held, but I want to use my minor illusion to be like kind of wrap around it to make it look
Okay.
like what it's actually supposed to look like.
All right. And was someone else saying something? Go ahead.
Oh, I was just giving encouragement.
Okay.
Thor's better at making weapons.
I was gonna try and put Bo on the spot and ask him what symbols he actually put on the cube.
They're on there. They're just not in the right position.
A couple of
like,
wavy lines.
like you know, they're supposed to be like fire and
Like he got
yeah.
bored halfway through and just started doodling.
Some of them are upside down, you know.
I'm trying to find. Okay, you can definitely make a illusionary copy of this. I think the one issue I see, and you would know this, is that my illusion can't be moved around, so to speak. So like, it isn't like a hologram you can kind of like point and move around with it. You create a sound or image of within range that lasts for the duration. So, if the illusion also ends, you can dismiss as an action or cast a spell again. If you create an image of an object, such as a chair, money footprint, small chest, it must be no longer than 5 foot cube. The image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effects. And physical interaction with the image reveals it to be an illusion because things can pass through it. So, like, you can make it that's like where his hand will be, holding it, like right over it. But if his hand starts moving around, or they tell him to move 5 foot closer, the illusion's going to stay where it is, and he's going to move through it. So you then have to kind of cast it again. And this does have a somatic and material component
Okay,
as well.
we can work with that.
We can
Okay,
work with
so
that.
we're gonna like
So I'm not
kind
saying
of,
I'm not saying that it can't work. I'm just giving you the parameters
Couple
that
of-
it needs to work with.
Yeah.
like details and like how I see we can work around that. Like, I'll hold the fake cube. One of you holds the real cube. I'll make sure that if I'm revealing the fake cube, I like do kind of a flourish before I put it away, and that's like your cue to take the illusion down. And then we'll put it away.
No, just
But
remind
like
me.
revealing,
Who's put their
taken
who's
away.
put their hand inside the box again?
Zor.
I'm the
Zor.
only one.
Yeah, okay.
He's
I
the
thought
soft
we
one.
tested it and it doesn't.
I'll
his
probably
hands
hold the
not
real
up
cube
anymore. Or is it?
I'll hold the real cube then.
No,
Okay.
'Cause I'm really good at pushing the buttons.
It can be removed. It just has not yet been removed.
Oh. Okay.
How is it removed? Is it like remove curse or like? Okay, so we would need somebody who can do that, and I cannot. Wait, Zor, you can do that. You're a fucking cleric, right?
Do we know that it can be removed?
Yeah, they told you aboard the ship.
I don't know if that's a spell that you can
I
take
think
yet,
remove
though.
curse is a
I don't believe
It's
so.
a not yet thing.
It's a third,
Third level?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not yet.
Okay. Well, here's the thing. Like, we're gonna go in there like with the cube out of the box, so we're not hiding the fact that we've taken it.
That's gonna be very fun. My cube's in the
All right.
box.
So it's okay. Cube in a box. So, so without the cube in the box, so like it's okay if they say thief and Zor's hands light up because who fucking cares? Duh, we took it out of the box. Here it is. Flourish and present it. All right, but we need like a code word to like the failsafe, and this is like the big plan, which is like if shit goes wrong or they want to like if they want to rumble, our big trump card is that we're gonna like whoever's really holding the cube is gonna push a button and we throw the fake cube through the portal. And we basically like are going to threaten to destroy this thing by throwing it into some alternate dimension.
Okay.
And then they think we don't have it anymore, hopefully.
Counterpoint. What if we open a portal and it fucking kills us all?
I mean, it. Hopefully we're only using this ripcord if it looks like we might all be killed anyways.
Good
We're
point.
just
really
not opening the
bad.
sky thing again.
Okay, let's try another one. Like, I want to know
Yeah,
what the other
yeah.
ones do.
Something else.
Let's just fuck with
Not
it and
that
see
one.
what kind of weird shit.
Yeah,
Let's open
fuck
the
around, see what
Haldeman.
happens, you know?
I'm fine with this plan. I approve of this plan.
Yeah.
So
We could also do like a double bluff where we put the illusion in the box and then just kind of close the box over the illusion and give it to them. Tell them
the
not to
old
touch it.
basket
And then-
basket.
And then if they try to call us on it, like they figure it out, then you flourish the dummy as if you had the real one the whole time, and then they would think that that one is the real one for sure because it wasn't the fake illusion.
Man, we've got layers of grifts
Double bluff.
here, and I'm
That's-
into it.
But if
I-
you're not supposed to open the box, put the fake one in the box, they're not going to open the box and check, right? Because you're not.
Damn it! Yes, that's right.
We start out though, like letting the. I feel like we don't even try to hide the facts because at this point,
I feel like if we
correct me
try to
I'm
hide
wrong,
the fact, then
It's-
they're gonna think that
it's too easy
they're
to be
gonna-
disprovable.
exactly because we fucking know that they're magic. If we try to hide the fact that we opened the box, they can easily be like, "Oh, well, say the word," and his hands light up, and then it's like, "Okay, well, why did you lie to us?" But if we're forthright and we say we opened the box, here's the deal.
We're
Well,
coming
they'll be
in
like, okay,
from like
forthright,
a position
maybe.
of power. Like
if we're
what
gonna
I
be
would like to
forthright,
do.
then someone needs to touch it. Well, everybody's touched it though, so everyone's hands
I
should be
don't
glowing.
care. I'll
It's
fucking.
only if your hand goes inside the box.
I don't care. Like,
Oh, so I took
So-
it out,
You took it out.
and everyone else is just playing with the
Yeah,
cube. Okay.
yeah. There's supposed to be an enchantment on the actual
But,
thing
like,
that's in the box itself.
correct me if I'm wrong as to our
Banks might have to
intention
do a little
here.
box dip.
I'm gonna just rub my face in it. I don't. Whatever. Like I'll just open it and rub it on my trousers. I don't.
Oh,
Anyways,
There it is.
like with our. I'm sorry.
whenever
Merry
someone says
Christmas,
thief, it just
everybody.
looks like a black light went off.
Thief.
Okay.
What I
Rub it on your butt.
is
Oh my
our
God.
like my intention here, and correct me if I'm wrong, is to like go in here like a position of power and basically say like, look, we've got your shit. A
Mhm.
god was killed. People are disappearing. This is a fucking insanely powerful device, and nobody's giving us any answers. Like we're basically, I want to like bully answers out of them, and like find out what they know about all these question marks that we have accumulated.
All right.
Is that not? Am I like?
Yeah,
If
what
we
is
have
our
other
goal with doing
objectives
this? We
in
should
the-
probably discuss what our actual goal is by doing all this. What are we trying to get out of it?
Like for me, like I don't think that I want to hand over this cube to anybody without knowing their intentions for it, because for all I know, this cube is gonna disappear another fucking carnival's worth of people tomorrow, and not super cool with that.
Okay. So you guys have a plan of how to show off the fake one, I guess. Sure. And
How many do we know how many people are going to be at this meeting? Is it going to be like a one-on-one thing or like?
You have no idea.
I mean, okay, so two things we haven't figured out yet. Somebody goes into the bar and tells them to come out to meet the rest of us who are going to have the cube. Like, we need, like, Soul, because you're big and scary and people listen to you. When you tell them to do things, like, goes and gets them to come out to us so that we're not in a well-lit tavern having this conversation.
Okay.
And then, second, what's the code word for throw the cube in the hole? Like fire in the hole.
How about it's all gone to shit. How about that one?
All right. And so, if it's all gone to shit, then we throw the fake cube in the hole and get the hell out of Dodge and let them hopefully chase after the decoy while we escape.
Okay.
So wait, this meeting that we're going to for this, it's not like a set in stone thing. It's just kind of like we're going to this place to see if this person's here, and then we'll kind of talk to them, right? They don't know we're coming.
We just know Dewbeard. We know this place and Dewbeard.
Yeah.
Okay. If
Is there any other objective that we want to happen in this conversation?
Money.
So money and answers.
At least 15 gold.
I feel like that's a little.
You're not, yeah, you're not.
You're setting your
haggling
standards
with-
a little bit low there.
At least 15. I'd be much happier with more, but at least 15.
I would say this because you can't just remember that there wasn't a price already be paid. That the ship, the Star was arranged to be the delivery vessel for this thing. So
Mhm.
there's been a lot of people who already kind of met each other or know each other in a sense.
Yeah, they're all.
You guys are the.
Which is precisely
the
why
dude.
we're going in there, kicking in doors, not taking shit from anybody. And yeah, you had to deal with them, but guess what? They don't have your fucking cube. We got the cube.
I also propose that we could do it tonight, or we could wait until the morning where I can prepare Charm Person in
I
case we
think
need that.
I think broad daylight's a bad thing. And I
Yeah,
just
if we
kind
wait
of look
till
at the
tomorrow,
cube.
then we wait
Tomorrow
till
night,
tomorrow night.
And I will say this, Zora, you have been to this place before. This is like your local bar type inn. This is not like a fully lit restaurant.
Is this like a salty
Right.
spittoon?
This is like the local
This is like
just like local tavern.
yeah, local tavern.
The popular place.
Yeah, this is like the local hangout spot. It's not like the dive quality hangout spot. Like this is like kind of like the local craft beer hangout spot. Okay, so it's like not bad, but it's not really good. So
That's where my old gang came for their marks, you know. It's a little less touristy, easy to get away with it.
I would even say the name Dewbeard is a name you could remember, Zora. He is the owner of the establishment.
Okay. I figure that if I know the establishment, I'd like kind of like either met the staff or at least some of the staff, if not the owners.
Yeah. Like you met him, he is part of the Whispers.
Okay.
So
Okay.
there's a soul with a soul. So you guys heading out now or in the morning?
If we wait till tomorrow, then I would prefer we do it tomorrow night. Because I agree that, like, we kind of don't. This is a nighttime meeting. It doesn't feel right doing this shit in broad daylight.
Agreed. It's not like we're robbing a bank or anything.
just might be opening portals to.
So party discuss or party vote. What are we doing?
Okay.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? What's up, Charlie? It's pretty
Why
much.
do you want to wait till tomorrow?
For charm
If
person?
we wait for tomorrow, I could prepare charm person in case we need that.
Ah.
It's up to you if you think we do need it. I'm just saying it might be a good fallback as well, as opposed to our fallback of let's open this portal and try to throw the thing in. No guarantee it'll work, but charm person, correct me if I'm mistaken, but if they fail the saving throw, they're charmed, and then they'll know that they're charmed by you. But if they succeed on the saving throw, do they know that you cast a spell on them?
So, let's read it. When charm person, when you attempt to charm a humanoid you can see within range, it must make a wisdom save or do so with advantage. If you are fighting it, it has advantage. If it fails to save it, it is charmed by you to the spell ends or to your companions do anything harmful to it. When the spell ends, the creature know it was charmed by you. So if it succeeds or if it's whenever it ends, it knows that you charmed it this way. And then let's.
I have like
Wait,
suggestion and
Yeah.
words
So
of terror prepped.
Because the spell ends because
so-
it succeeds against the fail. So the spell either
It's either the
ends-
end of the spell or the failure of it.
Yeah. So the spell ends because it saved against it, or the spell ends because it got hit or you dropped it.
Okay.
And then let's look up the charm condition. I want to make sure you remember it. Condition charmed. The charmed creature can attack the charmer or target the charmer with a harmful ability or magical effect. And the charmer has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with this creature. It's not exactly a Jedi mind trick spell, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it says that it regards me as a friendly creature, so it might be
Yeah.
more forthcoming with information.
Probably.
As opposed to like think we're shady if we're asking these questions. They would be like, oh yeah, this person knows what's up. I'll give them this information that I wouldn't normally give somebody.
Yeah. So, are we waiting to like? What does the party say?
I'm ready to go.
I'm already ready already.
Okay.
I can go either way.
Okay. What does Charlie think? Charlie thinks that extra 25.
We can't do it without you.
Yeah, I mean, if we if we say we want to do it tomorrow night, can we basically just lay low until tomorrow night?
It's up.
We don't have, like I said, it was just an option. I'm not saying we need to wait till tomorrow so I can do this. It was like, if you guys think it's necessary. Otherwise, we're good to go tonight.
Well, I can always calm someone's emotions, but it's kind of like not quite the same thing.
And Soul and I have been practicing a new fighting style called Junk Jutsu, where you just like so like I feel like we're just as prepared as we're ever gonna be.
All right. How about a slingers?
Remember, just take a pocket full of sand for just breaking out all the dirty fighting tricks.
And as you guys leave the Dripping Canary to head to the Inn Way Deep Inn, you guys leave the punch and head to the Tongs. That is where this inn is. Oh, I'm sorry, you're already on the Tongs. What am I thinking? You guys just head there. This building is. This tavern is a stone masonry of odd-shaped stones with very reinforced, very well made mortar, keeping together with a red tile roof, and has some like moss covered walls and part of the roof with a chimney in the back smoking heavily. You hear the sound of laughter and jubilee, and you can see through the windows several dwarves and gnomes, all in like kind of blue collar gear and garb, really just drinking and having a good time. And out right past the front door, you notice a red-haired dwarven female with curly hair, kind of acting as the hostess. And you guys can enter in at your own choosing.
I'm definitely breaking off and kind of gonna stick to the shadows because I don't want to be. I figure if I'm the cube carrier, that
Okay.
I'm not supposed to just be standing there.
So you want to enter?
Is that right? Was that part of our plan?
Maybe if that's the plan, should I cast invisibility on you? Because I can do that. And then we have the cube in the room, but like.
I guess we should have discussed
You're
this
invisible.
earlier before we get to the front door.
Possibly. What do you guys think?
I'm looking at Banks like.
Oh, hi, I was muted. For sure invisible, but also
Okay.
I think we're like sending Soul in to tell Dewbeard to meet us out back.
Yeah.
Like-
that.
Okay, so we can be
So-
waiting out back and then have him be invisible.
Out back with us,
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
looks like it's just the three of us,
hiding nearby.
but he's
Okay.
gonna be around. I'm gonna wait, I guess, until if we're waiting out back, because I don't know if he's gonna go for the whole meet us outside thing. So I'm gonna wait to cast invisibility until I hear people coming,
Okay.
or if I hear Soul and them like exit to come back towards us.
So you are headed in alone.
Yep.
And I've got a message that I'll like radio into Soul if need be. If I don't hear from her after.
As you open the door, the red-headed dwarven female goes, "Well, hello there. Welcome to the Inway Deep Inn. I am Gloria. How can I help you?"
Yes. I was wondering if Ashford is in today.
If who?
Ashford Dewbeard.
Oh, yes. He is in. Did you have a meeting with him?
I have business to discuss with him, possibly.
Okay. Just give me a minute. Just follow me. And she, just takes you to a high top table and just sits down. And says, Mr. Dewbeard will be right out in a moment. And if you see her walk into this back, like knock on this back room door and crack it open. You see her poke her head in, and then a couple seconds left. Afterwards, you see a dwarven male with like a red shirt that's like unbuttoned down to like right below his sternum, with like gold, with like a symbol with a chain with gears around it. Unbuttoned, you see his thick man chest hair, wearing like a dark tan coat and kind of dark, almost like blue jeans with heavy boots. This goes, "Well, hello. You are someone new I have not yet met. We had a meeting. Glory told me we had a meeting. You out here, and you are just an unfamiliar face."
That is true. Would it be best if we spoke in a little bit more secluded?
Of course, please.
Due to the
Come with me.
sensitivities?
Come with me.
Oh no, you'll come with me.
No, I'm sorry. I don't know you. So, following you would be just not something I would do. Especially alone. I think it'd be much better if you just come with me. We can discuss. This is my chambers right over here. My little studies.
I mean, my companion has your box.
Well, please tell him to come in. We can discuss all these things here. I have the payment
he's
right
a
in.
little bit-
I have the payment right in that room right there.
He is a little bit people shy.
Well, unfortunately, I am a people, so.
I mean, we could always take your box and go elsewhere.
You could. But I did not think Captain Saul was like this. Are you a new member of his crew?
I am not a member of the captain.
So he failed to deliver the package?
No, he is what my business associate would call we are freelancers.
I see. So he was not. He contracted out my job to him. I see. That's very
Well,
interesting.
when one person almost failed the job, I mean, you need to get results, yes?
I do need results, and if he cannot do his job, I would be interested in meeting a new captain of an airship. I assume you have one since you got here so quickly.
But we were subcontracted, as my business associate would say.
Okay. So,
I assume all of this jargon she has picked up from Banks.
yeah. He's
Does she have the clipboard?
Just like
I have my clipboard.
He goes, but
I don't think I have my clipboard.
where exactly am I meeting your people with my box?
Out by the tavern, of course.
Oh, nearby?
Oh, yes,
Like how nearby?
out back.
Really? I have a back door. I can let them in that way. They wouldn't meet all these people. Come with
Also
me.
step
If we're gonna,
outside.
we're gonna head out the back door. We might as well just go this way. It'd be shame for us to go all the way around together. You can just follow me through the back.
That is fine. I was only told to take him out back.
As you are walking back, you hear him very clearly do like a very low, soft whistle. Whistle because I can't do it. And you see two dwarfs stand up from their table with full mugs that were not touched. And you are led through the kitchen with him in front, you behind, and behind you, two dwarfs kind of like flank your back.
Okay.
And he just says, "Oh, don't mind them. They're just insurance in case you try anything." And he actually leads you into the back door of.
Can I actually look over my shoulder? Are they taller than me, or are they?
They're-
I assume they're dwarf. They're a little bit shorter
They're
than me.
shorter than you, stockier. One is has like white gray hair, has a spirally staff, like walking staff. He's leaning on. The other one has a little bit younger, red beard, like red hair, just matches like the girl up front, with two axes on his waist. And he takes you guys out back, and he says, "Alright, we're out here now. Where are your compatriots? Hello, friends, subcontractors to the captain. Where are you?"
I
Are
would.
we out there?
You guys are in the back alley. You're not exactly right by the back door. You guys are probably more
Okay.
along the corner.
Yeah,
You can hear him.
All right.
making sure to keep like a, I would say like we'll say like a good 10 feet between us.
Okay.
Like I don't want to be any closer. Like 15. We'll say 15. Safety 5. We'll give, and like.
Yeah, as I hear him exit the building and call out to us, I will cast invisibility on Zor,
Okay.
and I'll just tell him like, I know this is difficult for you, but try to be quiet. he can still hear you. He just can't see you.
Zor's a heavy breather.
it's all
You
Like,
heard of
maybe-
sleep
maybe just-
apnea? Well, he just has the regular apnea. Like,
Yeah.
just
His middle name is Apnea.
Maybe just stand towards the back and
Well, welcome everyone. I'm kind of wondering why am I suddenly not in focus? Get me in focus. Okay.
they'll come back.
Here comes.
because she casts invisibility.
It is invisibility. The GM gets blurry. He goes, so nice to meet you all. I haven't heard of who are you all. I am Dewbeard. Welcome.
Dewbeard, I do hope that you've got some answers and payment ready.
Oh,
I have
ready?
to
No. I'm
tell
going to
you.
be completely honest. My payment's still inside. I am not quite a buffoon to bring all that money out here to meet some strangers. No offense.
Oh,
but that's only a
not
reasonable
quite
thing.
a buffoon enough to walk into an unknown enclosed area with negotiations with someone with whom I've never
There is no
met.
negotiations needed. The negotiations were done. Payment has already been agreed upon
With whom?
with the Captain Star, of course.
And as we have already covered, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to keep up, buddy. We've already covered this. You're not talking to the captain, you are talking to us.
Who was subcontracted the book out to you guys. That just means that the contract changed hands, not that the contract has changed.
We never signed any contract.
Well, you were here to
I'm
deliver a
sorry.
package. Are you not?
We're here to get some answers and some payment, and in exchange we can turn over the device.
Oh,
That
answers.
you are-
Okay, I thought you were trying to try and get me to raise the price on you. You just want some questions if I know.
Oh
it.
no, we can get to that momentarily. Before I even decide if there's a price with which we will be relinquishing this object. I believe we need to understand some things about the nature of this delivery and the item that has come to be in our possession.
It's just a box.
I mean, more of a cube, really, but sure.
I see you opened it. Hope
It has been a
I hope I don't have a thief among us.
Does that bypass invisibility or no?
It does.
It does. I was literally just thinking about that too. I'm like, oh fuck. I hope.
Here, shove your hands in your pockets.
And you, two little glowy spectre hand like, Hello there, person with the blue hands. I assume you're the one that went into the box and took the cube. I have
He's
to
a bit
admit,
shy.
I
I'm not
have
gonna
to-
say anything. I'm just gonna kind of move over behind Charlie.
I have to admit,
talking to me.
having someone with invisibility who I can't see is not doing well in the trust.
He's just a bit shy.
Let me
He doesn't.
explain something to
he-
you
Yeah.
so that you fully understand why
It's
we
okay.
are so cautious in this dealing that we would need to take such measures. We came from Ilianthus, where Omar was slain in front of us. A day later, we are tasked with delivering a cube. This box had us attacked. We barely escaped with our lives. We've been on the run with this thing. Through the course of this box being opened, we have discovered quite the... And I will flourish it out for just a moment. Quite the interesting... quite the interest...
I'll say, give me a sleight of
Yeah.
hand check
Alright.
to see if you can position your fingers to try to hide and move it in such a way that it's hope disguised. Okay. He kind of, as you open it, you see his eyes dart to this thing, looking it over. Why so quick? Bring it back out.
Is there a reason we're not talking about the cube right now? If you have, does it have a name, or should I just keep calling it the cube?
Just keep calling it the cube. I like that for now. I want to get
Sure.
all
Wait,
your list of questions.
I was told the name of it, wasn't I, when I was doing the, like I said, I lost that note that I took. What was it called again?
Let me pull up my information.
Sorry. I
typed
typed it up on, like, my journal thing, and then, like, the game, like, crashed or something on me, and I lost everything that I wrote on it.
No. I want to
Yeah.
say it was the cube of the plains. I want to say off the top of my
Okay.
head. I could be wrong, but I want to say off the top of my head that's what it is. That's why I don't have to go look it up. If it is, we'll retcon it later.
Okay.
Cool. Through the course of talking with him, I would also like to insert certain words to make it. I'd like to. I believe that you. Okay, so first of all, we're talking about. I just laid out the Omar thing that we were tasked with delivering. We got attacked by Sneeples, and now we find out this device is a magic of a higher caliber than it's opens portals. You understand why a dead god, people missing, being attacked, and now a magical device that could essentially disappear someone to another plane is considerable more than I think anyone here bargained for.
So I'm waiting for the question, dear sir.
Question is, what do you know about those who laid an attack against a god, those who attacked us personally, what the fuck this cube is, and why I shouldn't just push the button and throw it into whatever hellhole I summon?
Well, pressing the button I wouldn't recommend. As to armor, I have no idea why. I would kind of outside my area by a couple hundred miles, a good amount of miles. I don't know who attacked you.
Does the
So
name...
you don't know. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh,
Sure.
I was gonna say, does the name Malik mean anything to you?
Malik. If they attacked you, it makes sense. It also makes me a little bit more less likely to trust you.
Why? We were on the receiving end of the attack. Who is Malik?
Did the Malik just stumble across you, or did they ambush you?
We were at the meeting spot to trade it off to the
We
crew
were
that
ambushed.
was originally tasked with this, and we were ambushed on the road by a snake person, and rather than being caught, her dying words as she stabbed herself were for Malik.
Yes, that's what they do. It's hard to get any information. However, I can give you one piece of advice, and this is why I don't trust you. You have a spy among you. You have a traitor.
Excuse me?
Not here.
For them to get that information,
What information?
where you were and you having the cube. Do you think they just
You-
attack random people on the road?
You understand that
I'm just connecting the dots. How do they know you have it?
Are you saying that the only
We-
way anybody could ever be ambushed is if there's a spy among people and not that somebody else went through the groundwork of trying to find these people? Why?
All we know,
Why do you
have a
immediately
spy
jump to the
among
conclusion
your
that we have a
people.
spy?
Because you're
You
being
could
quite
have a-
suspicious.
You could have a spy among
How?
your
Excuse
people.
me,
True
sir.
Anvil could have a spy among their people. Obviously, there are spies. That part is not in contention here.
The only person who knew was True Anvil, and True Anvil is someone I trust quite dearly. So the only unknown in the situation then is the four of you. So I would say you're still in like his. Did you join your friends when they came forward, or did you stay like nearby him?
I was staying nearby him. I know his boys are nearby, so if I need to like eat somebody.
Okay, so you kind of stay in that little triangle. Okay.
Is that eat or yeet?
The area of eating.
That would be a yeet.
You notice that the man with the two axes is like starting to like put his hands on the weapons, not quite drawing them yet, but getting ready to draw them. Listen, I mean no offense, but I trust True Anvil, and my compatriots discussed plan with him via magical spell. What did you do? They hit it up, right? Sending. Yes, that spell. I'm not quite good with the spells, but I have a simple solution to this.
Oh, I'm glad. So far, all I've heard are pronouns. You've added no information to anything that we've known.
The Meelix are some type of group of. I don't want to use the word demi-human, but they are very oddity creatures. Yon T.
Sneeples.
Yes. Who have been, when caught, killed themselves. So we don't really know much. However, I can tell you that they have been making my life very difficult with trying to interrupt the deliveries. And it has been discovered that they have been using disguised self to try to act more humanoid positions. And we've been trying to find out more, but unfortunately, their actions are relatively new. They only started about a month or so ago.
So you're saying that they've taken to using disguised self to infiltrate, and yet you still accuse us of having a spy within us.
We took care of it, and we.
I mean, is there
did
no way to? Charlie, is there some way to see through magic?
Well,
I guess if somebody were to cast detect magic.
Cedric here is able to do a lovely spell that we could just resolve all of this quite clearly. And it would.
I step forward. Okay, I have no magic, so.
Okay.
I don't think anybody's going to be casting a spell on me.
I think it might be needed. It will help you trust me and me to trust you.
I really don't give a fuck about your trust, to be honest.
You do if you want that money.
I care more about the future of this cube at this point. We just watched a wall of hundreds of missing people, and I can't help but believe that this cube and the incident with
How could that cube do anything? That cube would not. It was not nowhere near where those poor souls were lost. And that's the only one.
The technology, the
magic is magic. Listen, Cedric,
I disagree.
Cedric, please let's cast your spell. You see him starting to move his hand. Runes appear. You hear him chanting to himself. This is just a friendly reminder. Those who are spellcasters may attempt to identify a spell as a reaction.
Yeah, I do that.
Yeah, I would also do
Yeah,
that.
I do that.
Okay.
Arcana?
Arcana. I would say, though...
Do we each need to do it individually?
Each we need to do it individually because Zor and Banks do have advantage on this check. There's your good roll.
Nat 20, yo.
Oops.
You try to come into my house and teach me about magic.
Now quote me, the magic's witch. I was there when they were written.
Oh, I wonder when we watch that
Oops.
movie. It's
Okay.
Actually, you guys are all able to identify this spell. As this spell is not an uncommon spell. This spell is called Zone of Truth.
Doesn't detect magic, though.
It's not detect magic, but and as the spell goes up, Cedric moves forward so that everyone is within the 15-foot radius.
Okay.
So
To make a save, right?
you can choose to, as any save, you can always choose to willingly fail it. And this is, since you all know the spell, the caster knows who resists, who fails, who.
I'll submit to the spell and just say, like, as long as the Dewbeard is also in the 15-foot radius.
Everyone's within the 15-foot radius.
Okay. So I have no reason to speak falsely if
Does anyone
you
wish?
don't either.
So you don't know what's happening, but you can choose to. So you might just resist that in pure instinct.
I said I had nothing to hide.
Oh,
I
that's
have
right,
no
that's
magic
true.
capabilities.
So does everyone willingly fail?
I guess.
Like
I want
just
to resist
I wanna
out of
resist.
principle, but I
Okay.
guess it makes most sense to not.
Zor, do you wish to resist?
I'll be the one that tries to resist it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please give me a charisma saving throw.
Yeah, where are my damn saves?
We're at nighttime.
Oh, it's like on the right-hand side of your ability modifier. The small number on the.
So it says charisma -2 plus 0.
Yeah.
It's the plus 0. Oh, saving throw. Okay, it
Yeah.
does it when I mouse
Yeah.
over it. Awesome.
You were not able to resist.
He's gritting his teeth like almost audibly.
And you
But not visibly.
No, you just hear this like, like
So-
teeth
Just see that.
grinding.
Two blue
Dwarven teeth are
fists.
really strong,
So first, will
just-
you all please tell me if you're part of the melee?
No.
I am not.
No, I did not even know what that was until like a few days ago.
And
My
you,
turn.
Didn't even know what
You
it was
invisible
until this
person?
very moment.
You and
No.
Our turn. Do you know anything about the assassination of Omar?
No.
All right. Your
Did-
turn.
Decided it happened, but
How are we to know that he didn't resist it, though? Can I make an insight check to see if I can tell if he's telling the
of
truth?
course you can.
Okay. Fuck.
He has the same bravado and confidence. He doesn't seem to be hiding anything. He's just like, no. So,
So your turn.
I'll give you the money, and you all will give me the cube and leave.
Well, you had your
know.
cleric go all this way to cast the spell, and this is, come on, truth or dare, man. Have you no spirit?
I found out you're not part of melee. And I want to see if you want to simply. I want to first, before we proceed, and I keep answering your questions, that the deal of me so paying for the cube and you're still giving me the cube happens before I answer any more questions. Before I
It depends on.
Before I tip my
I mean, I want
hands.
it gone, but I'm not the only voice here.
Knowing that I am fully within the zone of truth, I would say my conditions were clear. Without any answers, I will throw this cube into a portal.
As long as...
And it will be
So answers and
gone to you.
Very well. Within reason. I'm not going to tell you about my first lay or anything personal.
Ew.
I'd prefer you not. Thank you. Your second one. Now that's where all the real...
Everyone knows the first one's never good.
Yeah.
What are your plans with this cube?
To give it a safekeeping with the Galador.
With the what?
The Galador. They are protection.
Would we know who the Galador are? Are they well known, or is that a name?
Zor knows it, and it was mentioned as well on the ship.
And DM, dude, can you remind me what I know about them?
Galadors are something akin to elemental spirits or elemental protection in mines. Kind of like good luck charm.
Oh, right. Right. I remember that conversation.
Protection from what?
Anyone who wishes to misuse it. This thing has too much power for one person to hold.
And I'm going to say, out of nowhere, do you know what this thing does?
I haven't heard the tale of what it does. I haven't seen it with my own eyes.
And you want to give it to the Galador to protect it?
Of course. Like I said, it's too powerful for one person.
Banks, you're muted.
And to your knowledge, they have no intention of using it.
Galador are not like that. They are good people. They look for the balance. They look for continuing.
I respect that. All right. 2 questions.
I'll back him up on that and say he's right. I think it's more about whether or not he's actually going to give it to him.
Of course I'm going to give it to him. That was my intention all along. If you want, we could all go together.
That may be a viable option.
See me give it to him. Although the journey is a bit dangerous.
I mean,
We've already been on an airship this week.
We have a cat.
do
Are you
know
kidding me? If
anything
someone's
about
not
the
trying to
missing
kill me every
people?
24 hours at least, I feel offended.
I do know some people who are missing. We are looking into it. We have found
When you
there's-
say we, do you mean the Galador?
No. People I work with and the ancient guys and bridges as a whole looking into this. We have found a path of missings that denote some type of plan or some type of... They're not just disappearing randomly.
Yes,
So,
we noticed that as well.
so we've been sending people to try to go to the next location.
If we wish to help, is there any information that you have which might aid us in that endeavor?
I do have information in that endeavor, and if you wish to help, depending on how this job actually concludes, there might be a future job.
If nobody else has any other questions, I
wanna-
only got one more.
I want to know why he's paying to give this cube. Where did the payment for this contract come from? You?
Not directly, no.
Ah,
But it was decided.
and I'll look at Banks like,
But I am the one who is entrusted.
And I can't see it because you're invisible.
yeah, thank you.
But I was the one who is entrusted to make sure this happens. And this will happen. Hopefully, one way or the other. The most peaceful way. You just give it to the Galador, you get your payment.
So, who do you work for then?
I work for the city.
That's quite vague.
Even though you're under this spell, my trust still comes a little bit more higher price.
Which brings me to my final question. How much are you willing to pay for
What
this?
is the final price of this new contract?
The contract was 4,000.
No. For 1,000? Wait, hold on. We were told. Wait,
You kind of
we
hear
were told
Zord
like
digging in his
80,
pocket
right?
for the cube, like,
We were
Yeah,
told
but we
like
have to-
80 to the airship to be, and then to be split among everybody, weren't we?
You were told by True Anvil 80. You were
Right.
The captain on the ship did mention that he was paid a lot more than the 80. Well, promised a lot more.
And
than the 80.
then he would decide.
And then
okay.
he would take that and divide it among the crew.
I'm trying to like keep my composure at a mention of 1,000 gold.
So that was the
Char-
that was the deal.
Charlie's also of the same mind frame. I was like trying to keep her composure, but she's like, shit, that's a lot of money. I need money. And like, she feels bad about it, but in the back of her mind, she's just like, well, we don't have to give any of this to the airship, right? We can just bail with this money, right?
I'm gonna kick Banks in the back of his shin, and try like.
I can use message like after I feel that to say what, and then
Yes,
he can respond to
Perfect. I was gonna say I'm gonna try and kick him in a way that conveys, "You better message me right now."
So how about
You're like, you need to drive up the price. Don't just settle. That's never how we do it. Shoot way high, and then settle in the middle.
So
Yeah.
it seems like we're concluded. We may just bring the cube out for a final inspection.
If we hand over this cube to you, we'll go our separate ways for 2,000 gold pieces. And you know I'm not lying.
I know you're not lying. But but you are not getting 2,000 gold pieces.
I'm sorry, I
Counteroffer?
thought you were a businessman.
My question is, if you steal this money from the... please tell, how did the captain let you take over this contract? I can never see him turning down 1,000 gold.
He may still get he may still end up getting a cut. He did ferry us over here, but
Oh, so the captain is here.
I imagine I'm not his keeper.
It's odd he would not come here. What's more important than this?
Well, I think you can tell by the nearing of a conclusion to this negotiation that he had every reason to believe we could handle it.
No. You guys don't seem... No offense.
Offense taken.
Yes.
If he's not
Much
here and
offense.
he wishes you to deliver this,
He's not We'll worry about the captain. At this point, we've taken this.
Oh no, I'm just.
It's been in our
curious.
possession from True Anvil to here.
Okay. So you're honorable men with delivery practices. But yet to raise the price at the last moment by twofold. Those are not good dealers. Because the 1,000 that was agreed upon, 1,000 will be paid. You also mentioned it was the agreed upon price of answers. And I gave answers freely. I would not threaten your life, though I can easily take them.
But
Instead,
feels like you threatened our life.
Instead, I would just... No, let me finish. There will be no harm, no physical pain to be felt. However, by the sunrise, you will be ostracized from this city. Wherever you're staying, wherever you're living, you no longer will be. There will be no one willing to trade with you, barter with you.
Zora's just thinking like, I'm invisible. I'm safe.
This man didn't even
So
get,
you're saying that's the
blue
treatment that
Cheeto
we'll get?
dust all over- like,
The treatment you would get is by going against the city and trying to raise the prices so much. After I've been generous,
I'm waiting for a counter
You have
offer
been
here.
exactly.
there is
That's-
no counter offer.
I believe there is one to be had. We undertook
I mean-
this job by just. The original job for us was just to go down the street and deliver a package, and that was going to give us 80 gold. Instead, we went down the street, defended the person who would have died otherwise, and you would have never gotten your package, and then we deliver it in hand to you. How does that not deserve more?
You deserve 920 more.
But we are not going to take all of that gold for ourselves. You understand this?
That is, you as subcontractors, you should deal with that with the captain. That is not my issue.
And
Your
when
issue
Charlie
is-
says that, I kick Charlie in the back of the shin too.
My issue is that I am a fit rate that I am paying for this. How you has handled that money is not my issue. If you did not budget yourselves accordingly to afford this, does not give you the right to then charge me more. That is just poor business planning on your end.
When Zor kicks me, I message him as well, and I'm like, what?
How many people were on the crew?
On the
Nothing.
road,
Never
On the
mind.
ship?
About around 10.
Sorry, I thought you were Banks.
Right.
With the way you were talking.
Oh.
All right. You make interesting points, and I am a man of reason.
And
I'll
I
ask you one more time to hear things from this perspective, and perhaps we can come to terms. 80 gold was the original price. You were going to pay the captain 1,000. There have been extra expenses and dangers, which were not, for all we know, we are now an official target of Malik. We did not sign up for that. The withholding of such information is bad business practice where I'm from.
I have a question. You talk about this dangers and such. Besides the ambush, were you attacked or threatened along your travels?
I mean, Charlie was threatened.
Yes, that is true.
Yes, Charlie was threatened.
Threatened by what?
That is a truth.
That's
By
the
Malik? There was a Malik attack?
no.
By
I
an
mean,
orc.
yes, but
We've
there
got
was
a man
By
with
an orc.
two hands here.
there was an orc, half orc woman who
Listen, it had nothing to do with this.
it was a miscommunication on the ship,
So-
and
So wait. You were attacked
So we were
once,
attacked.
But then once the captain transported you, there was no additional hardship.
There has not been yet.
So the price of
But
1,000
we are
gold
now.
pieces, which were set for the transportation, which was different than the 80. So I'll throw in another 80 then. 1,080.
Plus what it's going to take to hide from Malik.
Who knows if they're looking after you? You all say that there's not a spy among you, no traitor, no one looking for you. That is all on our end. That was your statement and your position. And now you're saying that you will be targeted? There was no survivors. If there were no survivors, who would speak of the tale of the four of you?
Because someone from some end has information
On what?
that we were not privy to when we took the contract.
I'm not privy to this. You're assuming that they know you. But if they don't know you, there's no proof, and you all deny that they have any involvement with you. Do you see my logic here? This was logic given to me by you, a very wise person.
I see your logic.
So, I think we're all set to go here. And I also did offer another job. This was successful, and the dean is dealt cordially.
Well, seeing as how many extra hardships we went through
There was no extra.
On
there was
this-
one. And
seeing as the extra hardships we went through on this job without agreeing to, I would appreciate knowing well in advance what other job we may be signing up for and the payment on that.
the job that your dear friend here is assisting with people being missing. As to what exactly that could entail, of course we're involved in some dangers because people are going missing. However, I cannot guarantee anything. I cannot tell you exactly where the arrows will fly, where the blades will fall, what bones will break, and what else can happen.
Yes, but that's a very vague quest to be given. What exactly would we be doing on this job you want us to go on?
Let's worry about completing this job before I start giving you details for another job. You have not yet accessed the item to me in order to give to protection, which I believe that you all should believe me on.
We do.
I am the one being
I'll
honest.
look
and
to
open.
Charlie and just look for. Give her a.
I guess. So,
Alright. We have ourselves a deal. Zor,
Oh, Zor. I heard that name before.
Shit.
good job, Banks.
well, we need him to actually give the actual.
I'm going to drop invisibility on Zor.
Oh, and he's like
Still pretending he's invisible.
over there scratching his butt. Yeah, standing in a different spot.
Oh, Zor. So good to see. I thought you left. Oh, you're back. Interesting. Let us know
Blue,
if you.
how you doing?
Let us know if you do need any more work. Though since you might hit payday, no more needs for typical deals.
Look, I'm sorry about all this. We just had to make sure that, we got attacked by snakes.
Interesting.
And I
Speaking
don't
of,
know if you've ever seen a god murdered in front of you, but
It
it's
makes
put
you a little bit
everybody on
paranoid.
edge.
It's made us a little paranoid. You gotta
Fair
understand.
So,
So these
please-
Maliks, did they, you had problems with, like, attacks in the city?
No, not in the city.
Okay, so we're pretty safe, just kind of doing our thing here.
Yeah. Now please come with me so we can get out of this. We can go in and have a drink. I can get the cube and give you your money.
If you would kindly just give us our money, we can give you the cube and be on our way.
The money's inside. You wish me to go in and come back out? That's a lot of work. Come on. I'll buy you a round of drinks.
I'm sold.
Yeah, see? Come on.
Do you,
No, I was gonna like brush past Banks and like go up to this guy because I know and be like, okay, look here, don't push this button, and kind of like start explaining like, don't push this as we like, on the way in.
And you guys, and he says, very well, just follow me. And he takes you back through the back door. You see the kitchen, you see dwarves kind of just like cooking, making bread and pot pies and everything. You see someone carrying a keg of beer up. And he says, so you have the item, you can come with me. Does anyone wish to join him? Big tough lady, do you wish to be his bodyguard?
Sure, why not?
Very well. And he kind of takes you into like an office study. You see a desk and see all that. And you see him take out, just the two of you go. See him take out the keys from his pocket. He unlocks the drawer. Brings out a coin bag and says, there you go. And he's like kind of holding on just the top and says, you put the cube here. You can have the coins and I can have the cube. Do you give him the cubes or?
Is it just Soul and I that went in?
Yeah.
Like, I lost okay.
You kind of push past everyone when you had bunch of drinks.
Yep.
I would, I just message Zor and say, let me know if anything goes awry, and we'll be in there to back you up.
And I'll kind of mentally like.
Probably physically too.
Yeah, like it clicks down. I'm like,
Yeah, he's like,
Said
yes,
nothing.
place a cube here, and Zor's like,
yeah. What was the last thing he said? Like, just place the cube. I'm like,
Yeah. Place. Yes. The cube.
oh yeah. And so I'll like reach into my tunic and pull out this like kind of wrapped in cloth and like open it. And
Oh, thank you. Oh,
it's like this moment of
And this is
the real one.
The real one. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And he hands you the bag of coin. And you look inside and you see platinum pieces.
I immediately take 15 of them and into my tunic and then cinch the bag and
Okay. Because you go out and have a few rounds.
you just pocketed 150 gold pieces.
he doesn't know that. The light's dim. He's like, kind of like, when people like lie to themselves and believe it. He's like, he's gonna give us platinum. This is gold, right? 15.
And you guys around the bar, you see someone
Merry fucking Christmas.
minus and such. You see Dubad stay in the office, and you see Cedric. The other guy does return to the high top with the undrinking beers, watching you all as you guys are all given a free round of drinks. And you can see that everyone around the tavern is kind of giving you looks, like they just saw you, especially you, so. A lot of people are giving you looks. They saw you go in the back and come back out.
A lot of people don't stay at the backseat.
Do you guys wish to, after you finish your drink, do you guys wish to stay and order another? Do you wish to leave?
I'm gonna go up
I
to the
wish
table with the dwarves and thank them for the not making it messy. And you guys look like you need a little help here. Kind of tisk, and I'm gonna drink 2 of their beers. Thanks, boys. It's been fun.
Yes, that is what it has been.
Yes. Yes, it has. And I'll kind of like slowly reach over for the third
Charlie just comes over at
beer
this point. I was gonna say Charlie comes over at this point and just like slaps her hand down Zora's shoulder and she's like, "All right, we're leaving."
And as you guys leave and travel the darkening streets of Ancient Chasm Bridge, you guys heading to the Canary?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm like fucking high alert right now. Like I've got like knots in my gut about having this much money on our person.
Okay.
I'd imagine I like barely touched my drink and I'm just like suspicious of everything.
You guys travel.
Are
Go ahead, Sal.
Yeah, I was just gonna ask once we get back to the Canary, or away from prying ears. Are we going to be like splitting this up, or?
Yeah, what is the plan with this
Well,
outrageous amount of money that I don't really want to get rid of, but I know it's not very moral to keep?
before,
I think Zora would be like singing while he's walking, like kind of loud, like some Dwarven song about like gold, and the night is made of gold. We who forge the gold love the gold. Oh, the night
And while
is gold.
you're doing Mix is just like,
Like
Everything is gold.
well, before you guys get too ahead of yourself, while you arrive at the Tripping Canary, you see the captain at a table. And then you see someone behind you pounce down from the rooftops. A familiar tabaxi who has been following you all.
this entire time.
Yeah.
all right.
God damn it.
Yeah, there
Gold, gold, gold. I love the gold. Every
goes, "Ah!"
drink's on me. Every
How did everything go, guys? Good? Good? How was your first job?
Fantastic, thank you.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah, we got some money. Yeah.
Did you now? You see this back? She goes,
We did.
she's like, good, good, good. Oh, lovely. I'm sorry I couldn't do it. I had something I had to do today. But
Would be interesting to know what is more important than what we just accomplished. But
helping a friend. I really hope you guys decide to stay aboard. We could use you. I'm kind of in need of a cook now. So, if you were
What
training...
happened to Paprika Girl?
What's wrong with Melody?
Nothing's wrong, Melody. She just has to take a little leave of absence. She needed to do some work. She wasn't a permanent member.
I'm like, oh, she went to culinary school. I see.
Yeah.
salt and paprika.
But we are looking for
she's not proficient with salt.
we are looking for cooks, specifically. So, in case you wish to come with us,
Well, from
That's
my
something we'd have to talk
understanding,
about.
we'll be in town for another.
oh, we're gonna be in
So-
town for another couple days, so there's no rush in this
Discuss it
decision.
amongst ourselves, but I would like to know what your next heading is.
I
It
am
would help us
well.
in making that decision.
Hopefully, the job went well with Bluebeard. There was no issues.
None.
Well,
No, none.
we do have a possible job to go to Onyx. We are going to assist. I'm hoping to assist with missing people.
See, we too have also been looking into missing people.
But if we can get that, if this job went well, this meant another job for that. It always is
I
one
think
job
now-
after another.
With all of these, all cards on the table and everything being, that is being discussed, I would like to know what you think our cut of this transaction.
Depends. Are you crew or were you passengers?
I don't remember vacationing on your ship.
Then you were crew, so you would get a cut. Passengers, we want that, but then you would be charged.
I'm asking you an honest question. And I've had so much bullshit blown up my ass today. I'm feeling literally compacted with shit right
I
now.
was thinking around, I don't know, 75 gold, 50 gold.
You're out of your fucking mind, sir.
We have bills to pay. As
I'm sure you
crew
do.
Of this ship, you must pay to get it repaired, pay for the docking fees. After all that's paid, we split it up.
Is this additional on top of the 80 we were already promised?
I have no deal with that 80. That 80 is all yours.
Okay.
The only thing I can promise is more money and more jobs. See a boy.
Like, do I know? Fuck.
Do you know?
Well, I know I don't know. That's the problem. I'm trying to like figure out like to what degree I might be able to discern like
You can just give an insight check.
the actual account. Yeah, like the ship fucking upkeep is not 100 platinum for a week-long.
Give an insight check to see if he's exaggerating anything. If you wish to. He doesn't seem to be.
I have.
You have inspiration? Okay.
I have an inspiration.
Oh yeah!
Use it then.
I'm gonna laugh so hard. It's like a 1.
It's like,
Don't jinx him. Okay.
Hey! Sinks it.
He is not. He is stretching the truth a little bit, but not by much. You can tell that he's definitely like listen. This like when he's talking about the upkeep and all that being expensive. Like he's actually like it's. You can tell that it's free, but like when he said 50, 55.
I'm gonna like just kind of pull up a chair, like turn it around like cool teacher style, and like
Like, look at your champ.
Like, listen up. First of all, we had the. It seems to me, as far as a percentage of this job, the cube has been safely in our possession the entirety of the journey, and we're the only one who had any actual blood spilled in this game. So I do think that as far as the percentages align for this, and maybe even a signing bonus to follow you and join on this next expedition, I think we could probably negotiate.
Okay. Does that mean you all accept?
Look around the rest of the party.
I have no
Well,
qualms
what say you?
about seeing a little bit more of the world.
I mean, there was still a lot wrong with that ship. I could help out a bit more, I guess.
I never did learn how to do anything on the ship, so I as long as I'm not on house arrest all the time, I would appreciate.
I should hope. Yeah, I would also hope that this is
Very well.
all the credibility our
So-
Charlie needs.
And I understand that trust is not going to happen overnight, but I would appreciate getting the benefit of the doubt.
Very well. It would be 65 gold for the job, and then a 200 gold piece sign bonus for all 4 of you.
Deal.
So that's together.
Yes, you would.
Yeah, put it.
He counts out the like. Wait,
Boots.
this bastard shorted us.
What?
Holy shit!
What?
I don't know
How
anything
dare
about
I
it.
will. That's impossible. He's a really nice guy.
Well, I guess we won't have any jobs with him now.
So that was the 200 signing plus the 80 that we had originally had, and then what was the additional amount that he said that we would get?
It was 65, but now there's not enough money. This is all based on the 1,000 gold pieces in there, or 1,000 worth. Now there's only 900, only 850 in there.
Wait, there was
1,000?
1,000 gold pieces, and he gave us 80 extra, right?
No, the 80's not coming from him. He just was never charged the 80.
No.
When we talked to Zone
when
of
we
Truth,
talked
he
to
said
him,
that he would
he said
add
we-
80
Oh, yeah.
gold
Yeah.
to cover
So we
that.
got an additional 80, but then
I'm
Zord
sorry.
took 150, so we're at 930
Oh, he
right
took.
now.
He said. I thought he said he took 15.
Yeah.
15 platinum, which is
15
150
it's all
Yeah.
platinum
gold.
pieces in there.
15 platinum. Yeah.
So
Okay.
that leads to what, 930? then?
930
Okay.
is how much is still in there.
Which is still 70 pieces, gold pieces, less than what should be. She's like, listen, I don't know
What
what
do you need?
100. He's 100. He's 70 short.
Have you had dealings with this man before? I have no idea.
I have.
but
He has never been short before.
Zor is.
Uh,
look
weird.
over
so
at
you were in the
Zor.
room when he pocketed the money, just so you know.
I reach into my coin
That's
purse
weird.
and I pull out the 30 gold and I just put it on the table. I know I don't need to find all the people, but I need to find my people.
So you put 30 gold pieces. Okay. He's like, no. You don't need to pay so.
Hey, you have your 1,000, then we can do jobs with him.
He's 70 short, not 30.
Oh, it's 70. So 70. I've got enough. Believe me.
Okay.
I've got 128 gold right now.
Jesus Christ, I have 20. I have 20 gold.
I want a cage fight.
Oh, that's right. You
I
won
want
the
a
cage
cage
fight.
fight.
That's
Yeah,
right.
the
I'm like,
cage
how do you have all
fight.
this money? I'm like, oh yeah, the cage fight. All right, then you pay the remaining amount, so then everyone gets the 6. So you lose 5 gold pieces total. So just for math wise, because you're gonna get 65.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so each of us gets 65.
Each of you guys get 65.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
He says you'll get the sign-in bonus when we leave.
Okay.
But I need to have words with this guy. Why he short? Maybe it was just a mistake.
Maybe other people.
Maybe
need
it
to do
was.
I wanna.
Zor's just like looking at his feet, like feels
this
so
point,
bad that Sol just like paid her on money, like
would like
looks
to
up
like.
at the top shelf
see
of
if I-
liquor behind the bar, and he's like, like looks
I mean,
back down at
like,
his
see
feet.
if I'm like catching on to all this yet. Like putting anything together, reading
Wait, is
Zor's
Zor about
body
to just hiding
language.
guilt as a dog?
Yeah, I imagine like at this point I'm starting to realize
Yeah, I'm like
Like,
the dog that pooped in the bathroom.
we were in
And it's
zone
like,
of truth, so I knew he was going to pay us. What he
Well,
said
this
he was
guy
going to pay
also
us.
isn't aware that we talked him into an additional 80, so like we'd still get that additional 80,
Yeah, so you guys
Well, we
right?
didn't
Yeah.
Is Zor just returned the 70?
Well, the issue is he doesn't have the 1,000 to give you. He doesn't
Yeah,
have,
I know.
He doesn't,
I'm
have,
just
he doesn't
saying
have,
that.
He doesn't have 1,080 to give you. The extra 80 was going to be for you guys to split. There would have been extra 20 gold pieces
Yeah.
to split. He doesn't have that to give to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that if Zor were to return the 70, he wouldn't know that we got the additional 80.
right,
But
right.
It's
I should
whatever.
have only pocketed 8 pieces, but
Yeah.
I took
You
15.
miscounted. Yeah, you miscounted. It's okay.
And now we're where we're at. This.
And as you
And Zor is very quiet right now.
get your money and agreed to work with the captain some more, possibly trying to figure out what's going on with these missing people. You guys find out that Melody is no longer aboard the ship. And as you accept this, we're going to end tonight's session here. As we have about a really good spot to end.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas. Like I said, we will not be...
Oh, Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas to all watching. We will not be here next
holidays.
week because of the holidays. I hope everyone have a good holiday. We will be back the week after, though. So we will be streaming New Year's Day, celebrating the new year. As
Hell yeah.
new members
We'll be
of
the
this-
first game of the new year.
first game of the new year.
I'm gonna bet you some gold right now on each of our whatever we roll for first, Zor.
And,
That I roll better than you.
and as
My first roll of the New Year's will
My-
be better than your first roll of the New
and
Year's.
my Christmas,
Shit.
and my Christmas
I'll take
present to you all. Well, I don't know if
Level
everyone-
4.
What?
I said level 4. Yeah.
Also, you guys will be coming all gain a point of inspiration if you didn't have one. We're not doing the little poll. Everyone gets one.
Yay!
Yeah.
I used mine today.
I know. I was like, so I decided that.
Like I
on
said, I
Wednesday.
literally made myself like a giant note to like stick on my monitor so I don't forget.
You guys will be level 4 when we come back. Unfortunately, the other Wednesday group almost will not be level 4. They have a.
So we're ahead of the other gang.
just
Hell
a
yeah.
little bit, not by only because they keep being very interested in a wonderful group, and I love them so much, and I love you guys all so much. But they do.
They meander.
Yeah, you.
We get shit done.
He's like,
He definitely meandered.
Yes, Doctor Neil.
Look, Zor's like, I kind of
Like-
didn't even get to put in my 2 cents, but when
A
you guys
simple
came back,
handoff.
you're like, I'm like, I left you for 3 hours to make this cube, and you guys come back with like this chart of missing. What did you do? What did you
Excuse
get
me,
into?
I learned a lot.
Simple
my
handoff.
giant brain gave us some information that probably took these other groups months to figure out.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh yes. But yes. So you guys will be level 4.
Hell yeah.
The Wednesday group will be closely to follow. They actually might level up during their next session. Yeah, I think they probably will, depending on what happens.
Guys, let's speed
Spoiler
run to level
alert,
20.
chat.
What? Yeah,
Speed run to level 20.
Speed run.
Exactly,
D&D
Dr.
speed
Newt.
run.
Exactly, Dr. Newt. If you survive this combat, you guys just ended it with. It was going to be a very fun new year for everyone. Just going to hope you all to have a good holidays, especially those watching, and to all of you guys enjoy DMing for you for 2020. It's our last game of 2020. And
Good riddance, you hellscape of a year.
yeah. So everyone have a good night. We'll be back. I'll be back actually before the end of the year with Wednesday group, but then Friday we'll be back with the new year in level 4s.
Hell yeah.